Friends and family, welcome back to the Low Budget LCS. My name is LaChance, and I'm blessed to be joined tonight by the one, the only Vega. Oh, shucks. Now, I see in the chat you've noticed that your logo's missing. That's because it's missing here. It won't be missing in the other places. Don't worry. In fact, right now I will click over to another screen, which I guess... Okay, hold on a second. I'm just realizing... Didn't get invite. Whenever I would put your guys' logo on the... Oh, no Vega audio? Oh... God damn it. Sorry, Vega.
It's okay.
The audio is now good for you.
Hello, I'm here. Confirmed. Not just a specter haunting the stream.
God damn it. You can't reveal the truth is that you and I are just both fantastic ghosts that are haunting this stream. They'll never know that. Oh, is Vega too quiet? Can I...
Am I too quiet? Hello. Hello.
Ooh, let me know how that sounded.
Hello. Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
we're slowly... You'll join me? Sorry, these are not coming through.
Hello.
Should be good. Yes, Barty, it's your two dads. We're here.
We're here. We love you and we're very proud of you.
We're so proud of you, son. Let's see.
I haven't got an invite.
Yeah, they're the invites. Oh, I just got... Oh, wait, no, it just disappeared. Oh, okay, I think they're... Why am I not under LBS? Hey, don't be looking at my friend organizational thing. You don't need to know that. All right, let me... What do you get? Don't worry, it's just two enormous chunks. It's LBLCS and then general, but I was never organized enough to truly put all the LBLCS people in the LBLCS.
Never underestimate the
So it's
Mine's similar.
Oh I'm sorry. I just looked over and saw that we got raided by Itty Bitty Banshee with a party of 95. Oh my god. It's the Egg Robber as well, the Heart of Kyber. We've got lots of new investors to the low budget LCS. See some Vega times. It's absolutely Vega time. There's no other time than Vega time.
Another friend.
Same bat place. Same Vega time.
That works. That works.
Okay.
I like that.
We'll take it. You know what? We'll go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Your streamer's nonsense. Your streamer hasn't abandoned you. They've simply dropped you off at daycare. That's what we are. We'll take good care of you. Don't even sweat it. Itty Bitty Banshee, ready for the games. Thank you so much for the raid. Excited to have y'all here. And boy, howdy, what games these will be. It is the commercial semifinals in the low budget LCS. A daring best of three. Sure to satisfyingly spook you on this Halloween weekend.
Ooh. Spooky games.
What costume did you have a costume for this Halloween, Vega? Well, I get the draft set up on my end.
Yes, we did a group costume. We did Twilight.
Yes.
So my girlfriend and I, Itty Bitty Banshee, did Jasper and Alice, but we did the baseball scene from the first movie.
Love
so
it.
We're both dressed in baseball. Let's see if I can pick up.
Please. Oh my god.
I
That
do
is-
believe I have.
Some stone cold proof there. Also, draft has kicked off. We did get the spectator link.
We are in there. I'm in there. Just sent that over to you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hold on, let me take a gander at this. Oh, so good. So good.
It was a lot of fun. And now, what better way to send out the Halloween weekend than casting League of Legends?
So true. Best of 5 or best of 3, Egg Robber. Best of 3. And we're hoping that we get to give you 3 games tonight.
Do hope so. We do have the Cass, Caitlyn, and Amumu bands, followed up by what looks to be Ari, Aatrox, and Zyra. So very alphabetically correct bands for the red side.
It's important.
Yeah, I'm curious these are 2 teams now that have been through several rounds of playoffs. And so I think we're past the point now of where any upset is possible. You know, every team that's alive at this point in the tournament is a very good team. And Varus is the first. Very good there. I had a little thing prepared, which is TVA, you know, undefeated in their Group C of Commercial. Looked rather dominant in it. Whereas Team Backflip was in a very competitive Group A. TVA is kind of on the road people expected them on, whereas Team Backflip, I think, is a surprise emergence from Group A. I mean, they were good the whole split, but I didn't think anybody thought they were going to be the representative who made it through. So this is maybe TVA's first big test against a team that, you know, a lot of people said Group A was kind of the group of death, so I'm interested to see how this goes today.
Absolutely, yeah. We had 2 teams in Commercial League this season that were completely undefeated, 100% win rates across their series. And the group that Team Backflip is from had the other one. The Homo sapiens were undefeated this season. So they certainly know what it's like to play against these undefeated teams. They've had the practice all through the regular season. We'll see how it plays out here in the playoffs. Maokai, Ash, Vera, Zach. Ooh, interesting.
Lots of lockdown, lots of engage. I want to point out, too, the Homo sapiens point was they were the other undefeated team, and they lost in the first round. So a lot of people after that loss were like, oh, Group A must not have been, you know, crazy powerful. But Team Backflip has kind of been, you know, bashing that narrative over the head with the bat, you know. Having won 2 rounds now all the way to this TVA matchup. Ooh,
yeah,
Emilio.
I mean, playoffs are just, it's a whole different bag. Almost a different game, right? It's about showing up on the day. You know, the stats you get over the course of a season, maybe they'll tell a story, but the fact of the matter is, if you're on top of your game when playoffs happen, you're going to be on top of the playoffs.
Exactly, and a lot of people use the regular season, especially teams that are near the top, as kind of finding your style, finding, you know, what you're going to be. And teams transform so much over the course of a season that, you know, a team the first week of playoffs may be completely different than a team, you know, that you played them once in the regular season in week 2 or 3. And as we've seen, you know, a lot of teams have become so much better than they were early on. As we do get a Garen lock in, do love to see Garen.
Oh yes. Love Garen. Garen, I mean, might as well be an assassin sometimes, you know? That ult, almost an execute on its own if you time it right. And I just love it as something that can shut you down. Silence is always so strong. Curious to see who ends up laning against, though.
Yeah, the bane of all AD carries, Garen, and even top laners to a degree. And I like this because Garen doesn't provide a lot of engage, which a lot of times teams like to have from their top lane, kind of that tanky role. But they already have an Ashe and a Maokai. They've got that taken care of. They're saying, you know, top laner, you can play the lane that's going to kind of bully or play something that's going to go in on the ADC. But on the other side, I love the Emilio pick. You know, the ult's going to let you get out of Ashe ult, Maokai ults, things like that. Provides the extra rain and sustain for Varus. You know, can take over a game if not touched.
Absolutely. Nautilus coming in as the final ban, getting rid of that. Just another piece of, you know, a CC machine here.
I do love comps like that. What if we just put more engage with our engage?
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's fun to be on that team, not so much fun to play against it.
See what they choose here. They've got a Syndra pick. I do like this a lot. Syndra, high damage. One thing their comp kind of lacked early is scaling damage. Ashe is very good early, provides a lot of utility, but sometimes can fall off later in the game and like full damage. But Syndra does not do that. And Emilio's great, but unfortunately you cannot Emilio ult out of the Syndra outplay button. So
that's true. Parry this. Ornn hovering. The Malphite.
Ooh, like the Malphite a lot.
A twist.
Ashe and Syndra, both immobile carries, Both of them don't really have any dash way of getting out. Sort of flashing the Malphite ult. It gives Zach a dive buddy. Also, the laning for Garen, it can be a little bit frustrating early, but Malphite, is going to stack. Oh, and a Fizz!
Oh, wait. I love that.
That is amazing. That is, I love seeing they see the Syndra, they see the rest of the comp, they're saying, you know what? What if we just put Emilio W on our Fizz and increase the range of his auto attacks at one shots?
Now,
That's beautiful.
When you've got a lot of CC and you need to slip past it, I mean, nothing slippier than a Fizz and a Rel, more CC to boot. The engage on these guys, Team Backflip, my goodness.
Yeah, I like this. We're going to have a scrappy game. It's two comps also that can snowball extremely hard. If you get ahead on Team Backflip's comp with all that engage, it's very easy to force fights you want. But on the other side, we've seen how many times a Malphite or a Fizz can get stronger. A Zac is just in the groove, and you're just constantly getting engaged from these weird angles. It's so hard to set up for. Also, I wonder, Fizz is not a champion we see a ton. It is a very good champion, but, how much are you practicing against this? How much are you used to playing against that laning phase? Very exciting stuff.
Absolutely a style all unto its own, and I am pulling together the predictions right now. We're going to set this for a very generous 10-minute timer for the gamblers out there looking to really mull this one over. Scratch your chin, folks, on this one. Make sure that you take all the time you need. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I pressed buttons I'm not supposed to press. Okay, here we go.
We do hand make all of the predictions here. So
it's true.
They're made in-house with love.
Veg and I are sitting at a big desk with lots of arts and crafts. We've got
Whittling away at wood.
The crazy the zigzag scissors.
Yes. With safety scissors. We don't want anyone to get hurt.
No. And we have so much construction paper.
I am a little bit baffled as to how safety scissors work, even as an adult.
Yeah.
My child brain couldn't understand. How can they cut and not cut? How can they cut this but not me?
Interesting. Well, obviously each safety scissor is forged from the blade of a true samurai, because a samurai's blade will only cut when the samurai wants it to. So
That's true.
I'm pretty sure that's
obviously.
Yeah, obvious, of course.
Everyone knows this.
Everybody knows this.
Common knowledge.
Listen, we've all been in the factories before. The samurai
The
factories.
samurai factory, yeah. You guys didn't do a tour of a samurai factory as kids, chat?
It's like they do it in first grade.
I also call it a samurai factory, which would lead you to believe that's where the samurais are being made.
You're right.
But in fact, it's not. It's just the sword. I was very disappointed.
Yeah. That's true. I'm going to stand up for a second, and I'm going to shut the door that allows me to be loud, but also still polite to my neighbors.
Beautiful. Please do. Guys, make sure you get your schmeckles in. Make sure you bet. Once we're a little bit closer to it, timing out, I'll let you know what I voted for so that you can have already voted and then vote against me if you're holding out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got a really exciting matchup. We are in the semifinal matchup. It is best of 3. Winner of this moves on to finals to face SNC Twimpus Fame. It will be a best of 5. Sammy, I always vote the under. Always bet the under. Always. Yeah, I realized that after I said it. So I'm just like, all right, well, you know what? I betted the under. You know I did. I always do. Whoever's getting less votes, I bet for. And somehow, I have accumulated 10K. Somehow. Don't ask me how.
What about 10K?
Somehow I have accumulated 10K points, which of course I immediately bet the under with. So.
A classic Vegas strategy. And
always bet the under.
Listen, you live an exciting life, and this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I just got back from Vegas and actually came back positive on gambling money. I was $350 up on the way back. So.
Oh, what games did you play?
I played blackjack mostly.
Love
the
it.
whole time.
Love it.
Love blackjack. It feels good to play even when you're not doing well. It doesn't feel terrible. I just feel like slots, I get too bored playing slots. There's not enough suspense.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
Plus, blackjack's like a social game. Everybody at the table is just playing as the dealer, so it's nice to just talk, be whatever. Sammy's upset with me. It's understandable. Sorry, Sammy, again.
Well, listen, there's no two ways about it, and I know that Sammy's upset with you, but I still think he did the right thing.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Some friends of mine at the Halloween party that we went to last night were in the middle of potentially putting together a little casino trip. Everybody can get a little dressed up, go and have a little fun. And blackjack is always a hit when we do those things.
Oh yeah, it's so fun. Casino trips I will say I had a lot of fun in Vegas. A week maybe too long, and there was obviously TwitchCon was going on, but there was also the We Were Young festival, the kind of like emo throwback music festival. So which is awesome, but there were so many people there. It was unreal.
Sure.
So, and then the F1 race is being set up.
What?
Yes, they're doing an F1 race in the streets of Las Vegas in November, so they're doing construction around. So
that's
lots
awesome.
of roads were closed. It's gonna be cool, but it was not fun trying to get around in the city during it.
Did you get to ask any F1 questions to people?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I got to see like the stands built and kind of where they're racing and stuff, which looked awesome. It looks amazing. But most of the time I was just eating really good food and gambling and seeing a bunch of fun Twitch people that I haven't seen in a long time.
That's awesome. All in all, thumbs up, good experience?
Yeah. All it made me really feel is after being there, I was like, I got to start streaming again. So I'm going to start streaming solo queue again, I think.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. All right, well, people, be sure to check Vega out, and please plug all your shit, too.
Don't watch me lose, LP.
Nonsense. What? Wait, what rank did you get to this season?
I got Masters. I'm in Diamond 1 right now. But they buffed Melio, so it's my time.
Dude, yes.
I'm back.
Seize the moment, for sure.
Do you want to stream a Discord?
Oh my god, yes, of course.
We had time. We had lots of layover time. So I was not worried about it. Also, I changed my name to Buttermilk Lifestyle Vega because I changed my name to SNC Vega as a joke, and then I forgot. And someone messaged me and was like, wow, I can't believe you're supporting that team. And I was like I completely forgot.
I was wondering what that stood for.
Yeah, it's Buttermilk Lifestyle, which was my Clash team.
I love that. Have you won a Clash yet? Are you a Clash victor?
Yeah, we won a Clash.
Maybe you were a professional.
I jungled in it. It was a nightmare. I'm not very good. We actually won a game where I played Sejuani and I didn't land a single Sejuani ult the entire game. And I know people will think like, wow, well, you must not have thrown a lot. No, I threw like 20. I just didn't land it. Oh, the stream like auto-closed.
It auto-closed? All right, let me...
You know how it does that when it switches from client to thing sometimes?
This, I swear, all this tech.
We're professionals here.
You gotta believe us. You gotta believe us. We are professionals. Truly, wow. Well, to have a first place and a second place team here in the semifinals, I mean, really, truly climactic. I believe the other commercial semifinal game got streamed 2 nights ago, Thursday night, if I'm correct about that. And so whoever wins this is going to be going on to finals, and immediately so. They'll be able to start scheduling that right away. And probably that will be the last game of the Season 11 low-budget LCS, because financial finals are coming up pretty fast. I believe it's next Thursday is when those are going to be streamed.
Yes. It's wild. We're here. We're towards the end now. Commercial, obviously the biggest bracket, so being in semifinals makes sense. Has the most games to play through, but we're almost at the finals for this. Twimpus Flame, our favorite team to pronounce, waiting in the finals, watching this series to see who is on the way.
Absolutely. And here we go. Game 1 of this best of 3. Team Volatility Arcane versus Team Backflip. Ready to take each other on. They've been practicing. They've been studying. Now it's all going to come down to this.
Yeah, we get to see who people are rooting for at Worlds also, which I do like. We do have one C9 icon, one JDG, two T1s. You see a little thing before their names there, the JDG Acid Rainbow. T1 I Enjoy Law, T1 there.
This, of course, means that there are substitutes for the teams.
Yes, yeah. These guys, they're the practice partners, weren't able to go to Worlds to make the trip. Low budget LCS took precedence over that.
Yeah, that's true, and it's good to see that people have their priorities in order. As
well, we
always.
do have double lift, and always
we
in
do.
Low budget LCS.
Yeah. We do have double lift, and that's a real honor.
Both junglers going to start leashless here. I do like the idea of Ashe Rel. Something we did, a little peek behind the curtain here as coach. We do this a lot with Ashe during the season. She's one of the best level 1 trading ones. You walk out, you get the slow. Looks like they're not going to opt too far into the trade there, but I expect to see some aggression out of the bot lane here.
Oh, yeah.
Backflip.
Definitely. Nice Q there. Oh, here we go. And there it is, right? 2 autos for 1 right away from the Ashe slow. Pretty nice. Oh, 1 minion slips away there at the end.
Yeah, Emilio really wants to get to level 2, level 3 before he has any trades. You want to be able to, have the shield, have the W, and the Q is really... I'm really interested to see what they level here at level 2, because the Q will stop any rel aggression. You can bounce her out of her, crash down.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of people will opt to take the W to get the increased range and the sustain. So, depending on what he takes here, could decide a lot for this early laning phase.
Absolutely. Hey, do you think we're seeing an early gank bot from this Maokai?
Perhaps. I mean, we did see it is 3 camp there. I do like the Zack's path. I think definitely Zack is going to look for gank because he skipped the red, went top to get camps. Oh, is he actually going to path back down now?
Yo, okay.
Oh, Maokai is here. Maokai is bot.
Dude, coming in hot. Let's see if he can get something going down here, right? You've got the W. I don't think he's in that bush. Is he in that bush? If only we had the replay technology.
I don't think he's going to go for it. Looks like the lane's just not quite in the position, but Fizz is getting aggressive mid here as Maokai comes up the river, but the wave's kind of in an unfortunate spot for that gank.
Absolutely. I do like that Maokai's running around, really trying to make something happen. Clearly, that was part of the game plan, right? Like, what were the teams talking about? They were like, let's get a real early gank off with this Maokai. He looks bot, not able to make something happen, roams to the mid lane, just keeping his head on a swivel.
Yeah, and I wonder if they have a read on the Zack play, right? Because Zack's path... Oh, looks like they are going to ping him out in there. Question mark ping in the jungle, so aware of the fact that Zack might be on this side of the map. It's going to be big. Good trades here in the mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's how you know we've got 2 top-tier teams that deserve to be here. They're really in big communication with each other, very aware of how these things could play out. And here he is.
He's going to get spotted out.
Oofy down here. Definitely walked over a ward.
Oofy. That's going to be a fun one to say.
That's a guy
get spotted out, but should be fine.
Oofy claims that this he's never seen One Piece before. I think it's a whole Luffy bit, but I'm probably
There's
wrong.
No way, right?
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, well,
here we go. The engage right on the slam donkey. A good flash away, and nice. Look at that. A good scatter of the week keeps him alive, and Acid Rainbow coming around the corner, but Melio's up here as well. The camera cuts away. Lets us know that maybe there's no more action, but I like that. Everybody was there. Everybody was awake and ready.
Yeah, and it's big too, because Syndra losing the flash against the Fizz and Zack is going to be huge. They still have their flashes available, a lot of ability to re-gank that. Also, as Fizz ticks closer to that level 6, we'll have the Chum the Waters there. We'll be able to force their own engage onto the Syndra, who is a little bit weaker early, does need time to build up those splinters, get stronger. So, good eye to attack that early.
Here we go. Dragon getting started up by TVA. Hawkshot onto it. Team's got to decide if they're going to do something about it, but Maokai is on the other side of the map here. Okay, yeah, they're going to go on a turtle right here. Get some CC off. Wave some autos in as well. but they don't want to walk too deeply into this because Zach can just turn around and they know Fizz is there as well. This Dragon's going to go over to TVA.
Beautiful job there, and Emilio does a great job mitigating damage. Maokai gonna waste no time though, is invading top side of the jungle. Garen has pretty much permanent prio early in the game. Doesn't get a lot of health trade, but is able to shove the lane very effectively against Malphite early. So will afford Maokai to get Maokai to get a little bit of catch up EXP and farm that was given up early when they were looking for those early ganks. So as we know, the Maokai level 6, very powerful. So the sooner you can get to that, the better. Outside of that, farm across the map pretty even.
Yeah, both of these teams are keeping each other at an arm's distance right now.
Yeah, and it is playoffs, so especially now that you're at semifinals, teams normally tend to be a little bit more reserved, not as crazy plays as you see in the regular season.
Right. There's certainly a little bit of an emphasis on I don't want to throw this away for nothing, but when you look at the tools that are part of these compositions, at a certain point, I think these guys are going to start throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other.
I believe every dragon fight after that first one is going to be a Zeta. We do see a return to mid lane. No
Slam
flash on
Donkey.
the
Is the scatter of the week going to be good? No, he's going to hold on to it, but the Fizz ult goes wide, and still, though, they've got that damage. Slam Donkey takes the damage in the end. That's first blood. Acid Rainbow comes in, knocks people away, but still, Syndra has fallen.
Yeah, and we talked about it. That first gank gets the flash. Syndra does not have a lot of tools in that lane to avoid that second gank, and Chum the Waters used by Fizz sets up an easy gank there. No teleport on the Syndra either, so that wave will be pushed in. Fizz gets an opportunistic base.
Hey, a lot of damage coming out from Malphite. Nutjack Swag forced to flash away, but the final Q, the fadeaway, the 3, and he sinks it.
That is a Malphite solo kill, which you love to see as a team. Malphite, normally your weak side, engage tank top laner, and if he's winning the matchup against Garen, that is a huge sign for future team fights to come. Flash is invested from both, but Garen has that ignite, no teleport, will lose this CS out to the tower.
Dude, I gotta say, top lane fights are always one of the trickiest ones to cast because I never know when something is gonna pop off like that, right? It was just one auto. I'm like, oh, Malphite's doing a lot of damage there. Wait, hold on a second. Garen's only got a third of his health. Oh shit, the ult got put on. It's just beautiful work up there. Hollow's got a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, Hollow, Malphite is the original Geomancer, right? A lot of people forget how much damage Malphite could do. It's very subtle, and we're going to get a return gank, and the flash isn't up.
Slam Donkey, absolutely. They've got the scatter of the week, but is it enough? It does seem like it. But boy, what a rinse and repeat play. They're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, absolutely, and the flash still not here. No reason. Chum the Waters does miss, though.
Slam Donkey! Oh, gets dunked on right there. Oofy comes in from the bush, gets that damage. Or maybe that wasn't the bush. Maybe that was over from around the corner there. But either way, they are just coming back to mid over and over again.
Yeah, when you sense something like that, when you have a flashless carry, doesn't have it. There is a gank maybe set up here in the bot lane, and they do have Maokai lurking with the ultimate here. Emilio and Cleanse is up. Gotta be careful. Oh.
Whoa, the flash W in the air to follow up. That is going to land onto the Emilio, but look at Zach in the backline here. He's jumped on, trying to cause some disruption. Now Ash has to find out where they should really be. That's the passive onto the Zach right there, but now Otto's trying to go onto the Emilio, trying to get that Zach passive. It does look like he's going to come back up, and Varus is just cutting through the front line right there. Huge from GGG Turtle.
Yeah, there's so much ability to counter engages on here. Maokai goes in, but he's effectively left alone because the Zac counter gank. Goofy, excellent timing. He interrupts. He uses the passive masterfully to make Ash and Rel pay attention to him while his team bursts the Maokai down. And then when he comes out of passive, they're ready to win the fight.
Seriously. And now, just looking at the KDA, this is a pretty even spread, right? From top to ADC, everybody's gotten themselves a kill. Lots of action happening all over the place here. It seems like TVA has been probing, finding cracks in Team Backflip's armor. Now, how Team Backflip responds, it's going to be everything, right? Because they've been exposing weaknesses in vision.
Exactly, and they do have tools, right? You have the Asher, you have the Rel who can at any time get an insane engage. You have the Syndra who is scaling, who has that, fun button on the R. It just, I think a lot of it is, using the Ash Hawks out to play for things, keeping vision away. That time, Zach And when you don't play against Zach a lot, you're not used to it. He can come from weird angles, like you just saw, like this. This is a great example of areas Zach can come from.
That's huge.
That's hard to ward for.
Yeah, absolutely. Over 2 lanes is ridiculous. Nice dodge there. Okay, Fizz is gone in and gone out immediately. Really thought that W was going to get thrown onto him, but Bald Goose is just too quick. Fast little fingies for sure. Dragon's up. Oh, but they are going to go for Rift Herald.
Yeah, they're bringing Emilio up to secure this Rift Herald. They do a little bit of trading in the mid lane, just trying to make sure they have that priority, and it does work. We'll see what gets traded here, though. Maokai did have to base because he was low. Varus is alone in bot lane, but is on that completed item. Does have cleanse, flash, and ult up, so should be safe to just farm down there. It looks like this might just be a free Herald right now.
Yeah, they're definitely taking advantage of their momentum. Emilio's going to get stunned up. Slam Donkey just messing around a little bit, but now we see the collapse on Dragon. The question is, will TVA respond to this? Varus is over the wall. Emilio's down here. Syndra's trying to hold the line here in the mid lane, but Zac is just walking through with impunity. Big old pink blob. Basically chewing gum.
Majin Buu looking...
Oh, you're
like
absolutely right.
I always thought of this as the Majin Buu skin. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me.
No. You're 100% right. Anybody who's seen Dragon Ball Z, probably in the more formative years, just looked at that skin and was like, oh, that's Majin Buu for sure, right?
That's who that is. Whatever anyone says. We do see Garen getting a little bit of a long time. Has gotten 3 plates off this top, so even though there was a solo kill in relative gold, should be about even, especially with the farm lead there. So Garen still will be a threat. Oh, it's going to be 4 plates.
Whew.
Garen tower taking. Garen wrecking crew, whatever you want to call it. That'd be a good t-shirt idea. But I am a little bit interested in what they choose to do around this bot lane, right? Because Melio does scale exceptionally well. We will see them looking here. Cleanse and Melio ult are up.
Ash Arrow connects. They're going to go for it. That's the cleanse, but still Varus is the target. Acid Rainbow gets the kill. Melio is next up on the chopping block in 3 versus 1. Not fair, but they get the flash out as well. And Ash gets it too. Cut to the mid lane. Slam Donkey survives the onslaught. Oh.
Yes, but the flash out for Syndra again, and we've seen what happens when that flash is out before. Slam Donkey's going to have to be very careful. But yeah, in the bot lane, they say, okay, you've got 2 spells to get out of CC. Well, we've got 3 CC spells, but...
You spoke it into existence, Vega. There it is. We've seen it once. We've seen it twice. And for the 3rd time, we are going to see them collapse onto the mid lane. But now they've got a Rift Herald. That is going to tear through the tower.
Absolutely, and Maokai, no ult here really to contest. They are going to pull Rel up, try to just at least push them off of this tower. Syndra does have teleport this time to get back to the lane, so won't lose everything here, but they are definitely attacking this mid lane early. Syndra getting a test of the mental early, as Fizz Zac can be 2 very frustrating champions to play against. There's not a lot Syndra can do to stop these ganks from happening.
Absolutely, and I mean, listen, it's just a big sign of respect. The Ignite gets dropped up here, but a Malphite ult away. Using it for safety this time.
Yeah, that's big. The lower you get against this Garen, the riskier it is with that ult. The lower you are, the more damage it does, so...
Oh, the flash forward. Hold on, he's committing to it. One more auto might be the trick, but Hollow's got a flash as well. 2 turret shots onto the Garen. And here it is once again. This Zac Oofy is all over the place. The charge up, and he connects. There it is. Fade away Q. Who's got the damage? Zac is looking like it's going to be him, but Nutjack Swag. I mean, Garen's got a speed up as well as a silence. Look at mid laners trying to collapse. Bald Goose, though, going to get slapped in the side of the head by Slam Donkey. Do they have the damage? Very good moves here from the Garen. Oh, he's going to go for the kill, but Hollow gets it at the very end. That Q, that slowdown. It's gonna stop you in your tracks, but okay, all right, look at this.
Like this.
Some partisan action right here in the back line. Nobody is safe. Garen, though, or sorry, Acid Rainbow. Oh, the fadeaway! The Ash, he does it! Beautiful play from I Enjoy LOL there.
Love seeing that. If something's happening on top side, Maokai immediately pathing bot. They even interrupt him getting back to the tower there and are able to get that kill. That's gonna be a first tower here over to Team Backflip. A lot of gold. Back into the pockets of Team Backflip there. The Ash 2-0-1 with more gold pocket. They put themselves in a good place right now.
Oh, what a turn of events. Varus did not see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Great play. Risky too, right? You push yourself into the enemy backline, you start giving up a kill. You know, at this point in the game, it's not going to look good, but they really pulled it off. And oh, that Ashel, just the cherry on top of the milkshake. Totally perfect.
Yeah, and great timing, too. The cleanse wasn't up or the flash for Forest yet. Melio had roamed towards the mid because of all the fighting that was happening on the top side of the map, and just great awareness to, you know, make a play there. And now they have a clear lane to play around, right?
Right.
They have a pressure point where they can say, our Ashe is strong. You know, if we team fight, if Ashe stays alive, she's going to deal a lot of damage. Rel is feeling very confident now. The Maokai also has gotten gold off of those plays. Do you see top lane? Going to be some more trading.
Yeah, the back and forth of the big beefy boys. But now here's the thing, right? We've had 2 stories of success. One has been for TVA in the mid lane. One has been for Team Backflip in the bot lane. Hold on, maybe this will turn into a fight. Nice, gets it onto the ward. Good look from Rel there. But now, you know, traditionally, you're going to switch your bot lane into the mid lane. Ashe is going to have to go up against this Fizz. Oh, and maybe the bot lane, maybe everybody. They're just going to go for it. They're going to go into the back there. Not going to connect with anybody.
Beautiful sidestep right there from Zachem. I just remembered a game we casted where there were 3 Zacks in it, and Zachem was one of the Zacks in the game.
Yes.
I do worry about Syndra in this log lane, because even though the swap is the normal play, we do get an engage.
Yes, we do, right here in the choke point, but Rel's going to bring him even deeper into the tower, and Ashe can do everything they can to kite backwards. Bald Goose, though, forcing to flash away, and that's the silence. That's the shutdown. This fight might actually turn. There's another. Whoa, not a kill, though. That's the passive, but Maokai's here, too. Slam Dunky, the flash forward, the CC, connecting onto the backline. They get him, and now it's a comp. It's just the support and a 4-for-1 trade. What a turn of events for Team Backflip.
Yeah, they punished the over-aggression. So much used onto the Rel there. Rel still had the flash and ult, is able to flash into the tower, keep them CC just long enough for the team to collapse. And notably, the dragon stacking is over. No more soul point here for the side of TVA. This will be a dragon going over to the other side, and now a 5-0 Ashe, who's going to rip through this front line.
Oh my god, the team fight, backflipping into securing the dragon, absolutely perfect. They've got the gold lead as well. Ooh, Hollow's probably gonna, maybe not, steps back, and now he's against, Garen doesn't have ult, all right, timing that out really well.
I think he feels okay. He has the Malphite ult if he needs to get away, if that turned a little bit more south here, but ultimately that's just a trade, right? The bot tower's already been taken, the dragon does go down. Right now, you're feeling very confident in this game if you're Team Backflip. Look at this trading.
Oh, can we even call that trading? It started to look like a straight-up murder right there. Yeah, I mean, just, what, 4 auto attacks? You know, you're trading half your health bar. This Ashe is dangerous, and they're going to be looking for plenty of ways to get on her. And look at that. Well, after that team fight, we've got a whole plot set out for us. It's can you kill the Ashe or can you not?
Yeah, and notably, Syndra picks up a kill and assist there.
Nailing him right there. We've got the follow-up CC as well, but will they follow him under the tower? They will not, but they earn a flash away from this Varus, and gold is extremely close, but of course those dragon stats are probably giving a little bit of a buff here to TVA.
Yeah, and one thing to track in this game is going to be very important is both comps are heavily reliant on damage from their AD carries, right? They're very front-to-back comps that want to get in, burst the enemy back line with big frontliners. Flashes and cleanse down for the Varus right now. Those will not be up in time for the next round of spells from Ashe and Maokai.
Excellent point, that mid tower. Did it get? Yep, gonna get knocked over. Syndra's in an interesting spot, almost behind enemy lines here.
Yeah, a little bit of jockeying for position down here on the bot side. I think good read by TVA saying we've got the top, tier 1, we've got mid tier 1. We're going to rotate some resources to try to push in this bot tier 1. Maybe looking at a dive on Syndra. She's out of place. She does not have flash up yet. See if Team Backflip reads this.
That's the words we were talking about.
Yeah, they do have the Rift Herald, so more than likely just going to push Syndra off and take this.
Yeah, that'll
Looks
do
like
it.
Okay.
Shelly's going to do their job. There it is. Maybe they're going to try and escort it in for another charge, but no, it looks like they're going to back up. Well, we'll see if they can stop it in time. All right, so we're in an interesting I'm not going to quite call it a lull because a team fight could break out at any point in time, but the only objective on the map right now is Baron. I believe early takes of that have been nerfed. It's a little bit harder to do now, so these teams might be a little bit more reticent to commit their forces to that, but we'll see. We'll see who's feeling spicy tonight.
Yeah, I expect both teams. I mean, you never know, like you said. But I expect the next fight will be around this next dragon. You want to start getting the stacking as Team Backflip and also deny that sole point for TVA. TVA is probably circling that too and saying, hey, let's temper a little bit of our aggression. We've been kind of wild. Let's get to these 2-item power spikes, because if you look on the other side, the Ashe does have Trinity Kraken finished. Will have flash up in time for that dragon. But we do see that Zach has ticked over 2 items, so is Malphite. And Malphite was notably not in that last fight, where there was a big team fight win. Malphite was not there. Malphite is kind of the, I'm going to remove your AD carry from the fight player, you know? So that'll be key at this next fight is, can Malphite get in? Can he remove Ashe from the fight?
Ain't that the
lurking around.
Oh, I love that. I love that bullshit. Jump over a wall, use the blast cone to get away. So spiteful, but truly fantastic.
It is, and we do see one of the best things about Maokai that's underrated is the vision control that he provides.
Yes.
Being able to just put saplings in these bushes. Anytime you walk by, you're taking a little bit of poke damage. You know, he's giving vision over to where you're rotating through. Very good at controlling Dragon. It is 40 seconds here. Team's already starting to position around this.
And that's smart, right? This is what you have to do, and especially if you're Team Backflip, right? You're down a dragon. You can't afford to show up late, but there we go. Look at that connection right there onto the Varus. There it is. Follow up with the silence, but the Malphite's here as well. But now Iron Jalol has not been Malphite ulted, right? So the arrows are coming in, and they are raining down hellfire. Slam Donkey tried to go for his cheeky little kill in the backline right there. But who's got the team numbers now? It is Team Backflip. And they are going to push them off. This dragon is going to be theirs unless we see some extreme creativity from Team Volatility.
Yeah, we talked about what's the most important thing in this game, and it's going to be the AD carry summoners. Varus not having that flash ends up mattering a ton. Gets killed in that fight, and the fight's essentially over once one AD carry is dead. Zach going for the drive-by. I do love that play, the fact that you can fly over the pit as Zach and Smite while you're in the air.
Oh, is he going to try it again? No, they're going to get it. I love that coordination, the burst of abilities right there. You can see they were talking about it on comms. But what a fight, what a pick, and now 2 dragons to 2. This is anybody's game.
Yeah, we've reached a point now where I really want to give a shout out to Team Backflip for understanding their comp. They did a great job taking control of the river. They turned that into using the pick before. They don't want a 50-50 at the dragon. They're like, we know that their AD carry does not have flash. We know that, you know, we can make a play here. We can overload with CC. So they come with multiple CC points. They force, you know, a lot of abilities out of them. They get a pick and they say, okay, they can't fight us over the dragon now. We don't have to worry about the Malphite Fizz combo if they're having to react to our engage, right? As opposed to letting TVA set up. But TVA, though, wisely saying, you know, hey, it's just a second dragon. Is it annoying? Yes. But, you know, we're going to have flash on Varus in a minute. We can pick a fight more on our terms later.
Absolutely. Listen. It is one of the signs of ultimate maturity to walk away from an objective and just know that you don't have to die on every hill.
Exactly.
I love it when the jungle pets go back and forth between jungle camps. It was doing Baron and red buff at the same time.
It's like, you want me to Baron boss?
I'll do it. I'll do it if you want me to do it, but it's just a lot.
We couldn't ask for a more even game either. 2 dragons, gold separated barely, about 300 here. Gold distributed in different places. So, and notably, Garen has bought the Hullbreaker. Garen is buying into the I want to be on the side lanes. I want to make plays 1v1. We'll see how that works. Which, you know, ideally, you think about the 4v4. If the not in the fight is a lot easier for Team Backflip. So Garen's goal will be to pull that Malphite away, you know, to make Malphite have to respond to him in the side lane.
Totally.
See how TVA handles that.
We saw the power of pulling the trigger first, right? That Malphite ult that is meant for Ashe, right? Signed, sealed, and delivered instead had to be used in an attempt to save the Varus. So, you know, forcing the other team to fight on your terms could be huge for Team Backflip, and I think Team Volatility learned a lesson from that, and they might go the route of, okay, if somebody gets caught, you get caught. I'm ulting Ashe. We're killing her. That's it. Oh, Bald Goose, though. They've got all the CC in the world, but they get knocked to the side. Gonna go golden right here. Let's see if they get out. They do not. Acid Rainbow picks them up, and this is a rout as all the CC is thrown out, catching the Fizz. And now they find themselves up a number again. Zach gonna go over the wall. Syndra is down in the bot lane. Interestingly enough right now. Okay, Acid Rainbow. There it is, onto the Ashe right there. That's the Malphite ult. It is going to connect, but she's still in the back line. A good flash away. She can begin kiting. Ghost is going to be popped as well, and Slam Donkey comes in as well. A big scatter of the week onto the back line, but now they're in the front line. Lots of damage coming through the Varus. Still here, still a factor. That's a double kill for the Varus, and the slow from the Q from Hollow. They are now a rout for Team Backflip as Team Volatility is getting revenge and a triple kill for GGG Turtle. A big play for Varus.
Absolutely, and doesn't have to invest any of the summoners, so safety's still there. Also, at first I was worried that there wasn't a Fizz, that they weren't going to be able to turn that, but Ashe is stuck hitting the Malphite the whole fight. There's no armor pin really in the Ashe's build right now. She has no way of bursting through, so that whole fight, Varus is eating through the front line, and Syndra TP's in, but great communication for TVA, immediately turning onto her, bursting her, and then continuing the chase. And that's going to be a Baron to TVA, and they're back in the driver's seat in this game.
Absolutely, and huge credit to TVA. They earned it, right? This whole fight starts with a pick onto their assassin, right? Half of the puzzle to getting rid of Ashe. It's not just the Malphite ult, it's the damage from this backline assassin that Fizz can produce. They keep their cool. They push back and forth for position, right? They look for an opportunity, and they just fight it out in that front-to-back fight for Varus. I mean, Turtle just never blinked. He said, I'm going to keep doing my job until you stop me from doing my job. And at the end of the day, they just weren't able to stop Varus. And it's a great wake-up call that there's also an ADC here on TVA, and they are good.
Yeah, and Varus is a much better tank killer than you will see on Ashe. Does have that play to the Rune King. You might see a play here onto the Syndra.
Oh, let's see. Check the wrong bush. Slam Donkey feeling lucky right now.
Yes, but that is, Maokai used ahead of this dragon. Probably will mean they have to give this up. Positioning not there. It looks like they are going to do that. Garen staying in the top lane to split.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
I would think so. Yeah, Ashe is staying mid. I don't think they're going to contest that. They're making the call. It's not Soul. It is Soul Point, which can be annoying, but that team does have Baron. They're very strong right now. You don't have the Maokai ult. Wise choice to just say, let's get a top tower. Let's get some gold in our pocket, and then we'll look to fight when we have all of our tools.
Absolutely. It's not truly a waste, but there is something to be said for allowing a team to do something in the jungle and wasting as much of their time as you can.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. Ashe does finish the Blade of the Rune King now, which will greatly help her ability to deal with some of that front line. But Maokai on 3 items now is going to be a terror to deal with in the back line. Syndra has ticked over to 2 items, though. Does have the stopwatch now, so a little bit of safety afforded there.
Yeah, that's going to be big. I'm just looking at the front line of TVA, and it's such a mobile front line. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to maneuver around these team fights as, the more items these players get, the more cards they're able to play. The team fights change, and it gets more and more complicated for ADCs to stay alive. It's good that Syndra has a piece that's going to protect her, but Ashe just doesn't have that, right? It's going to be up to the rest of the team to kite, take some of those hits for them. We'll see how this next team fight plays out as both teams are just going to take a step back and assess how to continue with these sieges.
Okay, and I want to take a second here, pause, and say we got a pretty good game 1, which I always worry going into game 1s of what they're going to look like. You haven't seen 2 teams play each other, but this is a pretty good display of why these teams are where they're at. Both teams very decisive, very good at playing the map. We've seen strengths from both sides. Very exciting.
Oh, Bald Goose really going for it. All right, trades a ghost for an ult. Not a bad trade there.
You like that. I like it as Fizz because the ult cooldown you see already. It's almost half of the way back already. Getting that ghost out is huge for during a team fight. Should be back by the next big objective. But still, you always want to look at somebody like Fizz. He doesn't really have to commit a lot into that. Throws the ult. If he sees no one around, maybe you commit to it. But sees the Maokai, decides, okay, fine, that's whatever. Just a little scouting ult Just, testing the waters.
Yeah, it's scary as hell. I don't like getting hit by that ult. I don't know what's going to follow up with it.
Can you imagine in real life getting hit by a
Dude.
chum the water? Imagine swimming in the ocean and some fish thing just starts throwing bait all around you.
Absolutely a nightmare scenario. Speaking of, Ashe here in the back line, the teleport coming through. Ashe arrow goes absolutely wide. There's going to be no way to get out of this unless they flash away, but there it is, the shutdown. Varus gets that kill. Maokai ult being used as well. Going to be a jump over from Zakim, who the follow-up from Ufi, and they are just cutting through them. They're doing what they can, but this is a full retreat. It all has to be done on the run. Garen, too, doing what they can to block here. That's a Malphite ult in. Slam Donkey using the scatter of the weak, but do they have the damage? A dive under the tower. Bald Goose going gold right here. Gonna buy some time. There's the silence. There's the ult, but God, that E. He is so slippery, but so is Nutdrag Swag, who deserves a lot of credit for living as long as they did, but that is a full-bodied ace for TVA. How did that even happen?
Well, Ashe stuck between a rock and a blob place in the river there. Just a beautiful collapse there. Oof, he sees the angle, gets behind Ashe, forces him to step up into the Varus, and Varus just free hits. I'm glad you like that.
Are you proud of yourself?
Beautiful catch.
Oh, shit. Yes, absolutely. A terrifying position here for Team Backflip, as they're now going to have to fight themselves out of this spot. I mean, what a big swing for TVA.
Yeah, 1 minute till Soul here, which now you have to think TVA in complete control of the map. We'll see what can be done here on the side of Team Backflip to try and claw back, but that is about a 7K gold lead opened up here. Stopwatch was held on to, notably by the Syndra. We'll have that for this next fight. The worry is Garen is on this Hullbreaker build and wants to be in a side lane, but whenever you start stacking dragons, it pulls, your top lane has to be down here fighting over it. So right now, Garen will be forced more than likely to team fight.
Yeah, and this is,
if there's any openings.
This has really gone extremely favorably for TVA, right? You win that massive fight, gold swings even further in your direction, and you've got Baron and Dragon up here. Truly your pick of the litter, and I don't think Team Backflip is under any illusions that the gold is equal anymore, right? This is going to be a fight that's going to be extremely uphill, and because of that, TVA is going to maybe try and do both. They're going to try and grab this Baron and then run down to that Dragon and grab Soul. And just a hawk shot, a little bit too late. They just get to do it completely unstopped.
Yeah, the Dragon just now spawning. They're going to be able to make their way down to that. We'll see if there's anything planned here. If they decide to make any kind of last desperation engage here.
Ooh, Acid Rainbow in a little bit of a tough spot right here. Nutdrag Swag here as well. Zac, I'm going to look for an angle. That's going to be Zac onto the backline. Malphite too as well. Everything onto the Ashe. They eliminate the Ashe. They take him out. Their goal has been done. Their dark deeds completed. They turn to cut down the rest of the team as there it is. Maokai gets taken out as well. That is going to be the Soul. They have Baron. Every single card they could have aside from Elder in the pocket of TVA.
There it is. Very decisive. Great play. The second they see the Ashe to the side, the Zac and Malphite are moving to remove that from the fight. And they just roll over the top like a wave. Now they're going to take this middle inhibitor and quite possibly the game. The death timers are a little bit longer. The mod inhib already down. They don't have much of a wave. So it looks like they are going to decide to pull towards top lane. Do the completionist run, the 100% complete.
Gotta get every objective, right? Why else?
I got a lot of respect for that.
It's true. Wish you got, listen, when are they going to add Steam achievements to League of Legends? That's the real question. Whoa, that's a lot of tower damage. That was maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah. Towers beware. TVA is on the hunt. So we do see Team Backflip just hoping for a mistake now. Hoping that someone steps out of line and they can get a pick. But right now, TVA has shown no signs of showing any type of weakness in this game, giving any kind of angle in the second half of this game to allow Team Backflip to punish them.
Oh, truly, truly, truly a tough position for Team Backflip. They are going to have to create, almost a miracle angle here to make something work. Vega, what do you think that looks like? What does Team Backflip have to do to even begin to punch back in this game?
I mean, it starts with Ashe does have flash now. There is that opportunity. Nope. not going to get the Fizz ult there, but
All right, that
they
could
do
be a
have the
part of it.
ability-
Fizz ult's gone.
that is something. That is a tool that, you know, because the worry I have is this Malphite. Malphite
Ugh.
really is taking almost no damage in the game here. But there's always opportunities, right? And hair, you know, too far diving, something like that. They do have tools to punish it, but right now they have to stall this game out to get more item completions. Ashe is 5 items right now, is strong in the game, but I just worry about the ability to protect her at this point in the game. We'll see what happens as TVA goes towards this last tower in the top lane. Zach is getting ready, stretching the gum.
Looking for an angle. Majin Buu powering up.
Who has he absorbed to this point in the game?
Almost everybody, honestly. God, Hollow, just so big, able to walk up with impunity. That mid lane there.
It is tough too with the Ocean Soul. Any poke you get essentially is healed off in a couple of seconds, and they're doing a great job of seesawing these waves in and out.
Yeah, this is the patience you need for the safest possible victory.
I do worry, though, the longer you take on this, the more time you are allowing the enemy team to farm these super waves, to have time to get EXP. We'll see. There is not a lot of mana left on the Maokai here.
Yeah, that's
Looks like it is
true.
finally going to make its way here.
Ooh, Slam Donkey gonna go golden, buy a little bit of time, but there it is. Zach's gonna jump in on him. Ashe Arrow's committed. Malphite ult onto the back line. They do get the Ashe, but Ashe is still alive, at least for now. A third left. That's a massive engage. Are you kidding? This is a spectator client, folks. That is horrible that happened. There we go. Zach passive coming up. Zach, I'm in a lot of trouble right here. Rel able to get back out. Nutdrag Swag gets the silent off onto Bald Goose. Turret autos coming through. There's gonna be the CC. God, GGG Turtle, just getting close to a Syndra, doesn't really care about it, not bothered at all. Who went down there? Ashe is the only one who got taken down, so they do have numbers. TVA has a numerical advantage, but it looks like they're going to back out after taking all of the inhibitors. They say, we don't actually want to push our luck here. We got what we came for.
Yeah, they're going to play the safe route here. Maybe reset, try and get the Baron on spawn to close the game out. One more decisive fight to get the flash off of the Ashe, which the next fight should have a pretty clear prerogative, which is we're going all in on that Ashe.
God.
Bounties all across TVA right now. 70k gold to the 59k of Team Backflip right now. Team Backflip is alive, and you got to think that right now you're getting a little bit of time with Team Backflip to talk about what Game 2 is going to look like. What are your pick ban going to look like? What is your change that you want to make in the second game?
Absolutely, a lot to learn here from Game 1. And we saw both of these teams capable of coming back from each other, from being down.
Absolutely, and we saw some of the early planning from Team Backflip that was very good, but honestly, Hollow has been such a force in this game in that top lane. The second the Malphite started joining the fights, massive turn. We'll see if that's something that will be focused later. Will they go out and try to contest some of these objectives on the map? It is going to be Baron and an Elder spawning not long after each other. The 2 game-ending buffs there. 3 inhibs down. It's very hard to leave your base at this point.
It really is, yeah, and they are going to be collecting some of this gold, right, as you mentioned, from these waves. God, I mean, Baron is just... that is unfair to Baron. Definitely a dangerous situation here. I mean...
I don't think TVA got the memo that Baron is supposed to be harder to kill now.
yeah, it's supposed to be like one of the final bosses.
Yeah, they're speedrunning.
They are. They truly are speedrunning. Oofy, hold on, that's going to be the target. Was Ashe Arrow committed? No, Ashe Arrow has not been committed. This is just Maokai ult right now. There it is, onto the Malphite, but Hollow is so dangerous. Look at the lines of... oh, there it is, the flash forward. 3 members there. That's everything, and there it is. Maokai gets taken down. Ashe follows Rel as well, and there it is, the Syndra. Oh my goodness, a full-bodied ace from 0 to 60. TVA take game 1.
Now that was a game-ending team fight. Absolutely rolling over the top. Once TVA got that one team fight win later in the game, they did not look back. Absolutely beautiful performance on the map there. And for Team Backflip, you had some good plays early. You had some good planning. What can you change to, further that success from early in the game here. But TVA looking like a team that went undefeated in the regular season.
Truly, I mean, God, that last team fight, they just struck like a viper. And, you know, you look at these damage charts, you see Varus all the way up there. It's pretty comparable across the rest of the road, but certainly Turtles, someone to keep your eyes on in the rest of this series. Just send an invite out to you as well. And here we go. Perfect. All right. Now, you know, we got to ask ourselves the eternal question that we always ask ourselves after the first game of any series, right?
Mm-hmm.
One team just won. One team just lost. And I'm curious, Vega, what do you think Team Backflip can do to tie this series up? What do you think the key points were? What can they do better? What do they need to change to get back in this fight?
I would like to see a little bit of change on the mid lane. The Fizz, obviously, I think threw them for a little bit of a loop. It's not something you're used to. And the top lane matchup, it feels like the Garen pick was meant to be something to win the 1v1, push the side lanes, but it felt like a good answer was ready from TVA. So I'd like to see Team Backflip kind of mix their draft up a little bit. The Maokai Ashe Rel, clearly early in the game, very good. They were able to kind of like fight off that strategy. They were able to, you know, make plays on it, but I want to see a little bit different strategy around their solo lanes. I think that's where they need to make a change. It felt like the Malphite Fizz was a little bit either unexpected or they didn't have something prepped to deal with it. So that's what I want to see. I want to see a change in the solo lanes.
I definitely see that as something that could be tinkered with a little bit. I think when it comes to gameplay wise, I think those early ganks, you know, hot diggity dog damn, right? That was a lot of attention thrown towards the mid lane, and just over and over again, like I was surprised how much of a tent they pitched there, but they did it really effectively. And I think when you look at TVA's play, you can really see that this is a team that's going to like really snatch the moment away from you. If they find an opportunity, they will capitalize so fast and so hard, you best not blink. So that vision is so huge. You can't even give them a chance. You need to be warding even further than you think. And I agree, Zach is someone that's hard to ward for, but even in those early bits, there were some, you know, close bushes that Zach was able to get close up and close and personal with. So I think that's something that they can take into game 2, because Team Backflip was down early in that game, and they really came back. They took the lead, too.
Absolutely,
like, This is a team that can win, for sure.
Yeah, they've shown it throughout playoffs and the regular season. Team Backflip's a team that, you know, absolutely can scrap. They're a team that absolutely can, like, take over games and win them. I think that game, they got themselves into a little bit of a hard situation early. Obviously, they had a plan for Garen to split with the itemization, and then the early dragon stacking. Like you said, Zach was able to get off a couple ganks that they probably weren't expecting. They get the early dragon stacking, and it pulls them kind of into having to team fight around these dragons probably earlier than they want to.
Mm-hmm.
We do see the draft here for game 2 now. I'm interested to see, they are taking the blue side now, so they will have a little bit more options to champions for them. I'm interested to see how the ban shift, how the picks shift now for on different sides. But I agree. I think also part of it is just like, now that you've played against the Zach, you've played against those things, you kind of have a read on like, okay, this is how they were playing with those picks, you know, even just mentally checking, you know, getting yourself in the zone to play against some of those picks can help so much.
Absolutely. Of course, because they've changed sides, I must now tinker away and move all these graphics around.
Yes. We'd prefer it if teams never switch sides.
If only there was a way for that to be, you know, chill and cool. But we get it. You want to be strategic.
Sorry, someone just sent me something that Flava Flav sung the national anthem at the Milwaukee Bucks game.
What?
Yeah. Okay, sentences that I have never heard.
Yeah.
I always try and play this game with myself when I hear a sentence, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never heard that sentence before.
Yes.
But yeah, that did happen. I'll put that away for later. Do see the Aatrox ban still coming out. The Cass ban still coming. So far the same. What changes? As last time it was a Zyra and an Ahri ban You wonder if you're more willing to play against an Ari than a Fizz. I feel like Ari's a little bit more straightforward. At the very least. Ooh, a Zac ban. Okay, so the first thing from last game taken off the Rift.
I like that. That's a smart move.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Zac kind of warps the game a lot. So get that out of there. Get yourselves back to playing against some more standard style jungle. As I say that, it'll be like a Fiddlesticks or something.
Almost certainly.
But, you know, I do like that. The Zyra ban's still going to come through. Notably, that does mean that the Ari is unbanned in the first 3 this time. And the same bans on the other side now coming through. No deviation for TVA, which makes sense. Why would you? Why deviate? What will the first pick be? Do we expect something bot lane? Teemo. Let's just get it in there.
Listen, what is Teemo but a different kind of Maokai? That makes sense.
The Vars for themselves. I love this because, you know, you don't want to ban it, maybe. You don't have enough bans to really get that. But on the other side, it's Rel Samira insta-lock.
Whoa.
What do you answer that with? Because that is a very scary 2v2. And we saw last game TVA very good at team fighting. You've had one of the best team fighting ADCs to the game.
I gotta say, I'm pretty easy to intimidate in League. If you lock something in instantly, I think you've got a plan.
Yeah, me too. Anytime someone insta-locks something, I'm like, oh no, did I pick something wrong? Did I did I set myself up for something bad?
Yes, absolutely.
We do see the Jarvan. I think Jarvan very strong on this current patch. Very high ganking jungler, very active, which we saw the Maokai, you know, they wanted to set up a couple ganks last game. So I do like that. Ooh, and Alistar. I do actually love that pick. Alistar very good into engage counts, very good at, you know, interrupting. Even if Samira gets a lot of stacks, can just punt her out of the fight and say, no, go play with yourself over there.
Oh, that's a great pick.
So I do like that. I do like both 2v2s right now. Both have clear plans. I do want to see what TVA rounds their comp out with here.
Now, I like what Kabas says. Assemble the Beyblade composition. Garen top, Nyla mid, Rammus jungle, and I'm assuming that's to finish off the Rel and the Samira there.
Is there another spin? I always considered Orianna part of the Beyblade comp because she has like a thing that has
You're
like
so
spin
right.
around and on her ult. I always considered it.
You're absolutely
Sejuani locked in.
Okay, you know a little bit about Sejuani.
Do love some Sejuani. One tip I would give all Sejuani players is not to land your ult. 100% win rate.
Smart.
When not hitting ult. But my girlfriend did point out that that is actually a fake statistic. Because as we were ending the game, I did throw one into the fountain and hit somebody.
That's beautiful. Fish in a barrel.
99% missed Sejuani ults. Did land one.
And that last one was to mock them, to show that you could have landed them the whole time.
Didn't even need it. Don't need my ult. No, you should absolutely do. I love Sejuani in this comp too. A lot of lockdown, which helps Samira a lot. One of Samira's weaknesses is she is short range. She has to go into fights. But anytime you can get a lot of lockdown in a fight kind of setup. Also, Samira, when close, it does go melee. And we'll be able to proc that Sejuani passive. Bans seem largely the same. TVA removing the Ornn, removing the Vigar here. On the other side, the Gwyn removed again. We'll see. No Malphite ban. Are electing to leave the Malphite open in another game. Malphite could be very scary with Sejuani Rumble. Maybe they have a plan for it.
We will see. Oh, speak of the devil.
Orianna, one of the best mids on this patch. Very good team fighter. Does a good job laning. We've seen her in plenty of games throughout playoffs. And Rel and Sejuani, even Samira, all very good ball carriers. Yeah, I'm liking the way that comp is shaping up for TV. See what Backflip does. Do they have a Backflip in their comp? Will they give us some kind of pick? Okay.
Ooh.
That is an Aurelion Soul. That is a very good scaling pick. We saw last game went very late. I don't hate that. What is the top lane pick though? It is going to be a blind top laner. Morgan TV in chat. Only here to know if Vega is wearing pants while casting. I am waiting. Right now.
I was waiting to get that. Wait that in.
I don't always, but I am right now.
You got to stay light. You know?
Yeah, aerodynamic.
Yeah.
I took a nap before this cast, so I was wearing pants when I took a nap. I didn't.
We were talking about this before, but unbeknownst to each other, we took naps around similar times today.
It's just, you know, our caster prep's largely the same.
It's true. It's true. It's just how it happens. And listen, you get into your 30s, you start taking naps all over the place. Shit's gonna happen.
Morgan saying he needs to wear the shorts. I want to tell you something. Okay, so you know those little, like, I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas, but they're pretty much in all the cities. You know those little off shops that always have like the crazy shirts. They'll have like a Dragon Ball Z shirt where he's like wearing a Supreme hoodie or something.
Yeah.
So I went to one of those in Vegas, and I got a custom pair of booty shorts that said DILF because I thought it would be funny. I had to get it. What's funny is they had one that said MILF, and I was like, I wonder if they have one. They probably don't even have one, and they didn't. But we had it custom made there. We waited.
Oh,
they made it. So that was beautiful. I just wanted to share that.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's incredible. God.
The purchase. Yeah.
Oh, just.
Oh, we did see a Rumble get picked. We did. See
oh, sure, right.
Pick. Yeah.
Yes.
There is a Rumble pick.
Yes. Of course. And of course, with that, I will be starting this prediction. Did you win money on or schmeckles on game 1 and now you've got a heavy pocket of them? You're wondering what to do with them? Here's your time. This is your calling. You could double it in a minute. Hey, did you lose all of your money or maybe most of your schmeckles in the last bet? Don't worry. You're one win away from hitting big. Now's the opportunity for you as well. But what's more important is that DILF is in silver sparkles. Thank you, Itty Bitty Banshee, for that key piece of information. That's
in silver sparkles. They asked
beautiful.
us what color we wanted them.
Oh, I would love to see a picture of these shorts. They sound incredible.
Right, I do have a picture. I'll send to you privately.
Please, yes, yes. I would never listen. This is so that I can cast better.
But not that I wouldn't post it, but you know, this is special caster to caster.
Absolutely, caster to caster confidentiality. You know, it's like a lawyer or a therapist.
Here you are.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh yes! Oh, they're so good.
They're beautiful.
Oh shit! Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh, so good. Day's been made, guys. Day's been made. What a beautiful day to be out here casting.
What a beautiful day to go. Welcome back. If you're just joining us.
Oh, God. We got Delphs aplenty. Holy shit. Kabah says, return of 1 to 7 on Backflip. Oh my God, guys, oh, please. There's never been a better time.
Also, I want to give a shout out to your gambling speech, as you should run a casino. As are you down? Maybe just put the rest of your money in. See if you can. Why not? You know, surely this is the time.
Yeah, you know, you're trying to be motivational. You know.
Exactly. You know, you've done a great job. You've made me bet the last of my money.
Good. Good.
Which is the 275 I made by viewing the stream.
Good.
During the game.
Listen, it's a fair wage, you know? It's
an honest living.
It's an honest living. Are we able to up that? Is that something that we can give people more schmeckles for?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Do I get a wage? Yeah, can you give? I know if you, you do earn more points if you're tier 3 subbed.
Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure that's the thing. Like your tier of sub does earn you more.
Okay. All right.
I'll have to double check that, but someone told me that once, and I've been tier 3 to a channel for a while, so and that was purely to get stuff. So.
Right.
Okay. While we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Rumble did get locked in. Rumble really is the cherry on top.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. The guy just pointed something out, which is that he wasn't thanked for his sub. In fact, nobody's been thanked for anything. I'm just gonna really quickly run through all of this. Thank you so much to all of these newest investors to the low budget LCS. Thank you all for the subs as well. We got Heart of Kyber. Is that a Kyber crystal, like a lightsaber? That's fucking sick. Man Bear Hybrid. Also fucking sick. Super terrifying. What kind of dark sciences have to go into creating that ungodly beast? Usual Toaster. Not an unusual toaster, folks. This is your regular 4 slices of bread. We got 10 different settings right there. You want it burnt to a crisp. You want it barely heated. It can do everything you want because that is a usual toaster. Oh shit. Fidipidippies, 14. Not 13 Fidipidippies, 14 Fidipidippies. Definitely said that one wrong. And of course, Morgan TV, brought to you by DILFs Everywhere. Thank you all so much for being the newest investors of the low budget LCS. Thank you so much for the subs from him, the guy. Thank you so much for the resub from the egg robber. Keep stealing those eggs. There's too many eggs out there. You gotta stop them, and you're the only one who's taking this seriously. Dear Lilia, we love you so much. You've been all over the stream this season. It's been a pleasure to have you in the chat. And Hollow Cube 3, who we just saw tossing those Malphite ults out left and right, throwing mountains at enemies. Thank you for bringing us such an incredible game, and thank you so much for your resub. I apologize for the interruption, Vega. Back to you.
No, you're fine. I did do a little bit of research during this. So, if you are a tier 1 sub, you get a 1.2 multiplier on the rate that you earn Schmeckles. If you're a tier 2 sub, you get a 1.4 multiplier. And if you are tier 3, you get a 2 times multiplier on the rate that you do earn Schmeckles.
Wow.
So there you go.
So it really does pay off, huh?
It does pay off. Put your money where your mouth. I'm not telling you to tier 3 sub, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to invest, and it is an investment because you do earn more, that would be the way to do it.
Listen, we love the follows. We love the follows so much. We love the sub. Whatever you can do, wherever you feel.
Everyone's equal here.
Truly. If you're wondering, what do we use the money for? Silly shit. We kind of hold on to it until we get a dumb idea, and then we do the dumb idea. We could be more intentional, certainly. Lock in live. I mean, what's really more valuable, money or Schmeckles? Schmeckles. Easily Schmeckles.
Schmeckles. Didn't we do the conversion a couple weeks ago together?
Yeah, we did.
Like $1 million, just one Schmeckle.
Yeah. That was, Vegas kept asking you to convert, if you could bet with some Schmeckles, and you were like, are you crazy?
Like, can you throw away my retirement?
Please. Corgi 1626, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. 1626, a fantastic year for something.
Or Schmeckles.
For Schmeckles and Corgis.
And Corgis. Something I was going to tell you, and I don't remember what it was, but it must not have been very important. We are loading into game.
Another friend.
Truly we are.
That is happening.
Slowly. Oh, we have a Milky Cast. Thank you for being the newest investor in the low-budget LCS. May your casts always be milky. We try to get our cast to be milky, but we just can't get the right consistency.
Did I say Milky or Mikey?
Fuck! Let's do that again. The Mikey Cast. Thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low-budget LCS.
I was like, am I don't see it in chat. I don't.
We keep trying to get Mikeys in our cast. Fuck. Sorry about that. Referee Todd, thank you for the sub, the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Thank you for keeping these games even and fair. That is, download failed. Unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit? What the fuck does that mean?
What? Yeah, that happened to me too.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit reconnect.
Yeah, let's see if we can get back in.
I'm gonna change this scene real quick because this can get spicy. This is where bad stream things happen sometimes.
I can't believe both teams aced each other at level 1.
I can't believe it was the
crazy.
coolest level 1 fight that's ever been happened. They somehow got all their abilities early.
Yes.
It wouldn't be low budget without failure. Listen, is it failure or is it another opportunity to tell a story to you guys?
We set this up intentionally to provide more content to you.
Yep.
Oh,
I heard a noise.
I hear things. I was like, I hear things.
That's fucking what's up, baby. We are
Just kidding.
back.
No story.
No story for you guys, and we had a banger. It involves puppets. We've been making these puppets for months now. But no.
We'll have to save those for finals.
We'll have to save those for finals.
I worked so hard on my puppet. Oh, we are going to get 5. Ooh, 5 going bot at level 1.
Hey, if you've predicted a huge level 1 fight, guys, just remember, Vega's a secret precog who can tell the future, and he could pick all the stocks for you, but he won't because he's a time traveler and he knows that'll fuck up the time continuum. Are they walking over a ward right now? This is directed camera. It never shows us what we want to see.
I think so. They saw them ward that.
Okay, I'm gonna do sacrilege. Yep. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, they're on a ward. They back.
just in case. Second ward just for send a message.
First ward. Well, you guys don't realize this, but wards are lonely. They want a friend.
Just like all of us.
This is true. Just like all of us. Well, listen. Whatever you would want is what your ward wants.
Exactly. What is this noise? What champion is that? Oh, it's Jarvan. I was like, what am I hearing?
Is he making?
Inhuman noises.
Yeah. Of course, which is odd because
He is a man, right?
he's human.
He's just a man.
One of the few humans on the Rift here today.
There's a friend of mine who was convinced that Annie was a Yordle, and it was a very big moment of us telling him that's just a child. It's not a Yordle. It's just what small people look like.
That's great. That's kind of one of those like in Warhammer 40K when you realize that there are just guys walking around in these horrifying worlds where there are monstrous nightmares that come to life.
Yeah, it's just people. There are also just people in it. Just regular humans.
Yeah. Hot damn. Thank you, Loki. That is so kind. Yeah, sorry. Story time another time. We'll keep it in the chamber for you guys.
Yeah, we've always got something for you.
Yes, that's a promise we can stand by.
Exactly. Do you see the early push here on top side? No surprise, Rumble, the bane of a lot of melee top laners. Very good with Flame Spitter, pushing the wave in, harassing you while he's doing it. Notably, doesn't take creep aggro with Flame Spitter, which is important. Meanwhile, mid lane, Aurelion Sol probably just going to want to be farming. The wave is pushing here, so opportunity for Jarvan.
Oh, Bald Goose, here it is. They're trying to, very nice. They get the flash, and they're trying to flip the script, right? Classic team backflip move right here. You gank our mid a lot, we're going to gank your mid a lot.
Yeah, the ball's on the other champion this game, and now they're able to gank mid lane. We talked about Jarvan.
The old
has
adage.
That high ability to gank. Yeah, the old adage. Ball's on the other champion's head. Jarvan is one of the better early ganking champions. Very clear combo. Oh, we do see an invade here, though.
Look at that. The smite steal away. Yes, indeed. Oofy has done it, and he might get himself a kill as well. Acid Rainbow's in a lot of trouble right here. A flag and drag, but that is the distance he needed to get to safety.
Love that from Oofy. Knows that should have a camp lead over the Jarvan. The top lane is pressured in, so Sion won't be able to collapse and help that. Gets the smite away on the camp. Is also going to earn themselves the Wolves as a prize there. Aurelion Sol not very strong early in the game either, so not able to roll him over and help that. Beautiful play there. Not a lot of times you see Sejuani getting aggressive in the jungle against Jarvan, but I do love that play.
Absolutely. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial here. Oofy's been good all series so far.
Absolutely. Double the CS right now. Jarvan's going to have to try and find some camps on the map. And Sejuani does scale extremely well. Getting to that level 6 early would be huge. This is what having, one unfortunate thing is when you pick scaling in your lanes, a lot of times in the early game, you don't have that priority to contest plays like this. You're kind of betting on your ability to hold out in the game, which in game 1 we did see happen. Team Backflip was very good at holding on in the game and making plays. We'll see if that reigns the same.
Absolutely. Acid Rainbow around back here. Ooh, nice. I like this. They were going to go on, take those Krugs, but they've gone back here. And now Nutdrag Swag, the target of Oofy's ire. Sejuani's everywhere so far.
It's annoying, but ultimately Sion, one of the best champions at just ignoring the people attacking him.
Yeah, shaking it off.
Yeah, my favorite thing is that if you're ulting away, he still yells cowards as he sprints back to his own tower.
I am going to listen for that if we get an ult escape.
My headcanon is that he's yelling cowards because you had to bring 2 people to kill him.
Right.
That's my headcanon.
Because he would never lose a fair fight. Here we go, Acid Rainbow, but immediately directed camera cuts away. Oh, Zakum, okay, getting some CC onto here. It is under tower, but Akanta's taking a fair amount of damage there.
Do like that play. No summoners invested. Are going to probably force the base out of the rail there. They do get the flash. That takes away a lot of play. It does have Hex Flash, so if anyone was going to lose their flash, probably you wanted to be one of your champions that's using that Hex Flash. But most notably for me is that we are seeing this Aurelion Sol now level 6, kind of unabated, as the tier stacking is able to get there. And Sion in top lane doing an all right job trading here.
Yeah, not bad at all. Acid Rainbow is really just, getting knocked around a little bit. Had the back stopped twice, but they're just gonna keep their chin up and keep on chugging along here. Sejuani's gonna get to this dragon though. I don't know if they're gonna really be able to spot this or what they're gonna decide to do, but this just might be first dragon going over to TVA.
Does look that way. I think Jarvan's in kind of the farm now mode, wants to catch up, invested a gank, so now is on that timer of needing to clear camps, catch up, get closer to that level 6. It's still level 3 on the Jarvan to the level 5 of the Sejuani. Should level up after the camps they're on, though. But notably, this game, something I wanted to bring up while we kind of have a lull moment, is that last game, the game was very strange because there was a fizz, there was a sack, there was a lot of weird things that could get played out. This game's a lot more standard, right? This game is a lot more, straightforward what you're playing against. The mid lane Orianna, her trading pattern's very easy. She's not crazy slippery. You can make plays onto her. Do really like that. Sejuani coming down to try and help them get the push in on this wave to get a base off, but Team Backflip not going to let it happen.
Listen, Zakum's playing a big, beefy boy, and he's playing him as he should, right? Walking up front, not being afraid of taking a little bit of damage because you can take it. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. More trading in the top lane here as we do see Bammies is finished onto the Sion. Sion now. I'm kind of frustrated there's no Maokai in the game when there is a Lumberjack Sion.
Right.
No good puns to come out of that.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, Lumberjack. Oh, we've got the Hex Flash going in right here. That is going to be, oh my god, all the damage in the world in CC. A flash onto an Iron Joy low, trying to flash away, trying to get back to tower right here, but Zakum still hailing hardy. Nice respawn with the Q there.
They do survive the exhaust and flash invested on the side of TVA, but they get both the sums off of an immobile carry in the bar, so we've seen how good that team can be at punishing carries that don't have flashes. Scary proposition here right now. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, it's pretty much even. Rumble does have a CS lead. You expect that in this matchup, Sion. Just trying to survive, be that tank here. But in the mid lane, I want to give a shout out. I mean, Slam Donkey in this game has not been attacked and is on that Aurelion Sol that is just scaling up, right? Is not getting pushed off farm, highest farm in the game right now. Does have that tier stacking, and we all know how dangerous an Aurelion Sol can become if left alone.
Absolutely, and I mean, Slam Donkey, again, received so much attention from TVA in Game 1. I think we're going to be able to see a little bit of what happens is when he gets to have his run-of-the-mill, right? When he's not going to deal as much with these constant ganks, but we'll see. Still a lot of time for that to change, and look at this, just super objective focus, TVA, around this Rift Herald. They brought the Rel up as well. Jarvan is here, but it's a Jarvan that's a little bit behind. He's had to contend with some of these setbacks here. Oriana switching over to support them as well. Does Directed Cam want us to see any of that? Not at all.
Doesn't look like it. I do agree. I'm glad that Team Backflip is opting to not fight this because it is the point in the game where TVA is strongest, right? Rumble has the ultimate. You have the ultimate on Sejuani. Ori has the ultimate. You have priority in all of these lanes right now. You're trying to scale when you're on the side of Team Backflip right now. And this is a good chance for Jarvan to get some free farm, right? The bot lane is frozen. Also, you're keeping, Samir away from a lot of this farm. Will they go for this?
Love that they
just scared,
ran at
just scared him off there. Yeah, just scared her off. They're saying, you know what? No. You can't just walk up here, okay? We know your support's not here. Great warding from TVA there, spotting out this Jarvan.
Yeah, seriously, of course. Sejuani on a ward as well. Everybody is aware of each other.
Do you see me? They both see each other. Right now, though, we have a little bit of a lull. If you have a dragon in a minute.
Oh, Sejuani ult connects right there. Slam Donkey over the wall. Look at this Jarvan ult as well. Oh, the Bold Goose. Great flash over. Trades with an Oriana ult is there. Listen, low health bars, but nobody dies.
New spectator bug uncovered also. Do you see the 10,000 damage thing that keeps popping up?
Yes, I do. I do.
Was like, is this me or am I just seeing this? I'm like, that Oriana ult did not just deal 10,000 damage to everything around.
They buffed the health bars. 10,000 damage. No big deal anymore.
All these champions have 1,000,000 health, and all of the abilities are dealing 10,000 damage.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit last game too. I'm sort of in the back of my mind just trying to figure out what it's connected to. I don't know if it's just every time a minion's killed. Sometimes it's popping up next to wards when nothing's happening to them.
It's most prevalent on the Ori ult, just because it has the giant circle.
Right.
Which I do love that. I do, but we love some new spectator bug pasta. We love to be fed new spectator.
We're
bugs.
connoisseurs of this. Oh, here we go. Sion clearing the wave. Nice. They've got the Rift Herald up here. Nutdrag swag, making sure there's only going to be one charge. Nice knock up here from Zakum. A comp gonna turn, gonna look to re-engage here, and that's gonna be Samira diving in. Exhaust goes off. There's the ult, gonna dive in under tower, but then forced to flash away, and the first blood is going to go to I Enjoy Lol. This is the Varus, and he's gonna keep on going. A double kill for the Varus. Well done to Team Backflip.
That is always the danger with Alistar. With that ultimate, he doesn't really take hardly any damage, and if you one problem with Samir's dash, when you dash with Samir, you dash through a target. So dashes through the Alistar, which just sets up an easy punt back into the tower. That's going to be a double kill to the Varus, and it's going to be a dragon going over to the scaling comp. It's on the side of Team Backflip there, and just like last game, they give up a few early plays. It looks like, maybe the enemy team's going to be scaling, and then all of a sudden, their bot lane makes a big play. Ooh, a play over to Sion also. Nice.
Yeah.
Sion with that demolish does chop the towers down. Like a lumberjack.
Because he's a lumberjack, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. As previously mentioned, is a lumberjack.
One of my 2 Halloween costumes this year was a lumberjack. Whoa, did you see all that? That was like...
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was a lot of damage.
Jesus. God.
Holy moly.
It's very...
Keep an eye out for those.
Yeah. But tell us what your favorite random 10,000 damage is. Oh, there's one.
There's one.
That's nice.
I was going to say drink every time you see one,
You'll
but we
die.
might be dead by the end of this.
You'll die.
Jarvan is here.
And look at Varus coming around the back, actually, looking for an angle right here, holding on to ults. That's an exhaust being gone down. So many 10,000 damages. The autos are really coming through. Oh, Varus gets it, though. That's one kill, but this teleport probably not bringing anybody nice around here, and it's Rumble in a choke point. There it is on all 3 members. Slam Donkey gotta find his way out, but the flames are a-spitting right now. Hollow, and there it is. Sejuani all connecting. Oofy coming in once again. Still so big, beefy, and brawn. Alistar will still fall, and even though... Oh, will they return the kill? Luffy gets taken down in the end. A double kill. Ooh, Hollow's so low there, but 4-4. Gold lead swings back to TVA.
Absolutely. Varus does end out of that 4-1, but a great chase out. It looked early on like they were going to get a free kill. Oh.
I looked away for 1 second.
Me too. I was like, I thought the base was going to get off. I honestly was like, oh, he's going to get it. It's going to be fine.
Oh, snap.
But game remains close. So back to what we were saying.
Yes.
It looks like they're going to get an engage onto the Samira because I don't think they knew Jarvan was there.
Mm-hmm.
Jarvan goes in, but Samira manages to get the ult off, and with that collector that is finished, able to get a ton of damage off on them early. The early rotation down, Sejuani ends up getting there. They get the TP in from Rumble, and they trade kills back and forth, but ultimately it does go over to TVA, I think, advantaged. Sion does get some damage on the tower top lane, but Sion's tower had already been rifted, so it's really just a trade of plates back and forth. And we're in a pretty close game again.
Yeah, again, both these teams prove that they are more than capable of battling each other. Ufi up here.
Ufi has been so good in this game. I mean, the farm, just constantly keeping that farm up while having a massive impact on the game.
I mean, he really flipped the once again.
Speaking of.
Oh, no, 10,000 damages. Pretty odd. Oh, there it is. That's a lot of them on the slam dunk. They've got all the CC in the world. They pour it onto him. Wow.
That is the danger. So much CC on this TVA comp. Sky's Descend is up for the Aurelion Soul for if they have another fight. Does not, panic there. Does have the flash and teleport back, so we'll be able to TP back, but I do look TVA pushing themselves into this topside jungle, setting up for this Rift Herald.
Boy.
Varus pathing bot, so I don't think there's going to be a contest here.
No, it certainly doesn't seem like it, but just as, in the same breath as mentioning that these teams can really fight back against each other, they were able to scrap together. Was that 200? Was that 2 million? Did you see that?
Yeah, I think it was 2 million damage.
Wow. That's a lot of
damage. That's a lot of damage.
Nuts.
Yeah.
This is my favorite spectator bug so far.
This is because it doesn't really hurt anything.
Right.
It just purely is like, wow, that's crazy. I can't wait for you to work it into your play-by-play.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Listen,
Jarvan
it's
just
coming.
did 2 million.
Oh, there it is. You're just a clean. Oh, whoa! All right, there we go. Back into GGG Turtle. There's the kill. The real story, of course, is that Jarvan dropping his ult produces. Was that 1,000 damage all around?
I think it was 10,000 all around. So don't approach Jarvan on this patch, guys.
Right.
Be very careful.
So scary. Also a great gank for what it's worth. That was great. Drops the Jarvan ult. She's able to dash on out of there, but they still have the flag and drag, and they follow up with the damage. Get out scot-free.
Absolutely, and good pressure there. They're playing around the strong side that they have, which is the bot side. The Varus is 4-1 in this game. Dragon has spawned, though. There is Sky's Descend here for the Aurelion Soul, which is always very scary in these team fights. We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. The front to back. So much CC coming down to Sejuani ult onto the Varus right there. There's the Sky's Defend. They're just trying to cut through Ufi. Slam Donkey flashing over the wall as well. Akant trying to look for the target, but a teleport coming in as well. Look at Varus onto that Rel in the backside, and they are going to able to take him down. But here we go. Once again, a front to back fight for the Varus, turning out quite well for him. Hollow dropping a great Rumble ult right there, but there's just no one else to hold him in place, and it's Turtle who's on the run this time as Varus scoops up a triple kill.
Yeah, I enjoy Law, very much enjoying this game right now. 7-1 on the Varus, and in that fight, absolutely ripping through the front line. This should be a second Dragon going the way of Team Backflip right now. Is it just Varus gaming? Is every game going to be who gets Varus?
Man, I kind of think so. I mean,
like Varus as a champion.
Totally.
I'm an ADC traditionalist. I don't like Varus Q build. I want him to auto attack.
Of course.
And do things. So when I see people build Kraken on him, I'm like, you know what? I like this. This is how I was raised on Graves ADC and Corki ADC.
Oh, Graves ADC. Wow. Yes. Yes, Corki as well. The days.
Look, Ezreal beats Corki, Corki beats Graves, Graves beats Ezreal.
Right, it's easy, we can all remember it.
And then sometimes you play Caitlyn with new support. That's just the way I was raised,
Absolutely. Listen, history will remember you fondly. Now,
but
yes, of course.
Both of us immediate. Okay, back in the game.
But also are the jobs that we're here to do as well. Gold, not in favor of Team Backflip. Dragon stats gonna be pumping it up a little bit. But I gotta say, credit where credit is due to Alistar. Alistar played a great mobile defense for the Varus, who was for a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place, had to move into the red side jungle, find themselves a choke point to fight front to back again. And I think these are the fights that are most impressive to watch ADCs like Varus fight, where, yes, you want to fight front to back, but where is the front? The front is everywhere, so which front do I fight on first? So just really great decision-making from that pair. We're seeing a lot of success from them in this game right here.
Absolutely, and we do see there is standing gold on the map. For Team Backflip, they haven't taken any towers yet as opposed to the 2 that have been taken over the side of TVA. TVA very decisive when they win fights at getting objectives. They've done a great job controlling heralds in this game, turning that into gold for them on the map. I do worry the Scion has kind of gotten out of that early portion of the game where you really worry about the laning. Now has the Heartsteel, has the Merc Treads. It should be able to lane fine. And there's not really a lot of great tools for killing a tank on the side of TVA here. You know, Scion largely will be a problem in these fights. Now, they do have great tools at dealing with the damage dealers, and obviously you can kill Scion after you've dealt with, you know, the damage dealers in the backline. But
right.
Varus is on 2 items right now and does have a good meatball comp ahead of him. I do think these fights around Subsequent Dragon, especially since it's a Mountain Soul. Okay. You saw that. That was a 10,000 damage attack on a ward.
Listen, words are pretty tough. They don't talk about it a lot. Look at all those. Look at all 9999s.
I'm trying to make a point and I keep seeing it happen. And I'm like,
it's so distracting, but it's
a lot of
fun.
damage.
It's great. The 2 million one was like, what the hell? What?
Whoa!
Like, totally different numbers. I wonder, you know, what's the highest number we're going to see?
I know. Does it scale? Is it scaling?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Did you see 2 ships passing in the night, junglers spotting each other out here?
Casual 9,999 damage on Bald Goose.
Per usual. I do really respect TVA's commitment to getting this gold off the map, but they play super well around getting these outer turrets, at putting resources in the correct places to make it safe for them to push. We see the rail hovering the Orianna, making sure they can get that. But on the other side, Backflip has done a really good job of not really giving openings in this game like they did in last game.
Absolutely. I mean, Vega, TVA, this is the team we saw that had Baron, multiple dragons. They pushed into base and they took all the inhibs and were like, okay, that is what we could accomplish safely. Let's back out now, recollect, and come back and continue to do methodical, safe plays that are going to give us the highest possible return with the lowest risk. So I'm not surprised to be seeing some great map play from these guys. But TVA have certainly been making opportunities for themselves, and I think this next dragon in a minute is going to be another opportunity. It's certainly looking like it's going to be a team fight.
Yeah, TVA, very well-coached team. I think that entire organization for the ground up, they have several teams in LBL. All of them do pretty well for themselves. I think just they work with each other. They have a pretty good coaching staff. And you can kind of tell that, right, in their decision-making. Right now, very clearly, they're like, okay, we just want to scale up. We want to wait to get items. We're going to fight at the dragon. We're not going to take unnecessary scraps, right? We do see Samira now finishing the Infinity Edge. That's a big buy. They are getting summoners back. But Team Backflip also very good. You know what I mean? They've done a great job of not taking... They also have scaling in their comp. They've not taken unnecessary fights here. They've done a good job, like now, just spotting out, clearing vision, keeping themselves farming up. We do see very clear... We do have the second item finish for Aurelion Sol. Does not have Sky's Descend yet. Will they fight over this dragon?
An early teleport as well. Let's find out. We've got a comp on the back line. Rel here could come in at an interesting angle. There's the Sky's Descend. There's the Sejuani ult as well. There it is. Red team's gonna get it. Scion coming down as well here. There it is. The Jarvan ult being dispelled into the backline. Angel Lol is taken down. The Varus is out of this fight. So much gold gone. Samira ulting now onto the Jarvan. They're gonna get that kill. Nutdrag swag. As you said, this Scion's so hard to take down, but once the rest of the team is gone, Aurelion Sol though gonna get a kill. Can they get another one onto Hollow? Hollow's gonna go down as well. Nutdrag swag is back as well, but these autos, they're gonna get the quadra kill for Samira, but Samira falls in the end, and it is a bloodbath decimation everywhere as 9 players fall in this team fight, and it's a solo Rel who reigns supreme at the end.
Yeah, actually crazy. So much going on in that fight. Ultimately, it comes out with TVA with 1 standing. They do secure the dragon also, which is massive. The gold lead up to about 2.5K right now, which is so big. A lot of those kills going onto the Samira too, which they desperately needed Samira to get that Quadra. She's the main damage dealer in this comp. They need her online, but vice versa, a triple kill for the Aurelion Sol, who is the scaling damage dealer on the other side. That gold, very good for both teams. It sets us up for some very interesting fights going forward in this game now. It's both teams, yet again, 2 games in a row, dead even on 2 dragons in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Again, a testament to how solid these teams are. And I mean, Varus died early on in that fight, but that was not an easy cleanup for TVA. There is still fight in Team Backflip's comp if the Varus does go down, and it took so much to take the Varus down. You know, my head automatically goes to, well, what does that team fight look like if Varus doesn't go down, right? Is that an automatic win for Team Backflip? Maybe it was before that team fight. There's been gold injected into their coffers in various places right now. We'll see how those investments pay off here. But as it stands, if they're going to fight over an objective, it's going to be Baron right now.
Yes, and both teams are reaching the point of lots of item completions done. They'll be looking to pick fights here around this contested division. Aurelion Sol now with the Saracen Brace finished. Sion, as we saw in that fight, takes a lot to kill, but also can deal damage. Has a heartsteel, especially when he goes into the passive, is able to deal a lot of damage to carries. I think actually cleaned up the Samira in the passive in that fight. To see how this continues to go. The heartsteel, honestly, I'm a little bit worried about it because it's going to be hard to stack. You see Rumble's not going to hang around in that lane a lot to let that, you know, hit an enemy champion and get stacked, which I think is very smart. Just going to push the wave and back off a lot of times. More vision being contested around here. Yes. Varus does not have flash. Neither will Samira. Don't think they may have it by this next dragon fight, but we will see. Sejuani on this top side.
Yeah, Sion's going to get it back in here, and this really just has been a vision war, which I think this game Team Backflip has done a much improved job of from game 1, and they're certainly reaping the benefits from it. But the amount of wards around Baron, we see some pink wards thrown in there from Team Backflip. They've got their eye on it. And, you know, we saw TVA cut through 2 Barons super fast, and, you know, a hawk shot later, Team Backflip is able to see what's going on, but they're much more on top of it this game. Just a minute 20 till this next dragon.
Compositionally, there's a lot more tools for Team Backflip in this game to win team fights as opposed to last game. You know, once they got behind and there was so much dive for the Ashe, but she wasn't really ever able to team fight. This game's a little bit different. The Varus provides a lot of ability for himself. Obviously, the ult can spread if he's getting dove. Does the percent HP damage, is able to, you know, deal damage to the front line there. And also the Aurelion Sol, unlike the Syndra last game that got kind of behind and needed to hard scale, the Aurelion Sol this game, very close to gold with the Orianna. Scales extremely well and is at a point now where, you know, can't be ignored in these team fights. So I do look, this dragon fight going to be very pivotal, I think, in this game, as Baron is on the map now, and if there's a decisive win for either team...
a little border skirmish might turn into a full-out war. Here we go. That's a rel engage onto the backline. That's massive. A Rumble ult too, but let's see. Akant has been pushed too far, and now the Aurelion Sol, Ufi, trying to get his way back here, but Varus survives the onslaught. Acid Rainbow takes the time to clear the ward right here. That's a flag and drag over the wall, but he's only going to find enemies over there. But look, the fight continues. Massive kill there from Nutdrag Swag onto Hollow. GGG Turtle is going to be the next target. Question is, can they catch them? The skies do descend, and there it is, a shutdown, a 3-for-1 right now. Absolutely massive in favor of Team Backflip. You got an Orianna, you got a Sejuani, a steal is possible.
Sej is alive. There is no jungler on the other side.
Let's see. We saw him on the Zac try and go over. Very nice. That's going to be Alistar going over. They're just going to have to commit onto him. They do kill him in the end, and that's going to be another kill.
That could be Baron.
Oh my god, that could be Baron. You're absolutely right.
Arvin spawning very soon. There is no jungler on the other side here, and it looks like they may be walking that way.
Team Backflip really looking to capitalize on this opportunity. Maybe going to clear that mid wave. Maybe going to run right towards it. Now this pink ward, of course, perfectly positioned to not spot that other ward.
Let this be a cautionary tale to everyone about where to put your pink wards in the pit.
100%. Learn the lessons. God, I feel like not getting that scuttle is going to be somehow consequential. They have started up this Baron. They are going to go in with the 2 members. That's going to be the ult, everything onto the Bald Goose right there, but they're also doing Baron at the exact same time. Blue team is going to get it. Nutdrag Swag going quite low right there. A comp is going to be in the middle of the mix. Look at all the damage coming through. They're not going to finish them off. They are going to walk away with the Baron, and look at that. Scion, almost no health, is able to get out of there. Team Backflip, oh my god, even with all that, just barely 1,000 gold in the lead.
Yeah, well, now noticeably there are 2 tier 1 towers still up that they should be able to collect off this Baron. That will balloon that gold lead a little bit. So we'll see what they can do with the Baron now, but the Aurelion Soul has the Rylai's now, is working towards what I assume will be a death cap, and we saw the damage that Aurelion Soul can do with that ult in the last fight. Now we've reached the point in the game where Aurelion Soul is public enemy #1, which if you're Varus, you love that. That's more pressure now. There's 2 targets that they really have to blow up in these fights, and Samira has to get close to them to do it.
Yeah, seriously. We're looking at a 1-3-1 situation. Sejuani and Orianna going down here. If they catch this Aurelion Soul, they could definitely catch him. Here we go. Slam Dunky. They're just going to drop the ults on him. A flash away. Slam Dunky going to get some distance. Whew.
2 ults invested there, and they don't get the kill. They do interrupt a little bit here, but this should mean a little bit more pressure onto this mid tower. They know now there's no Sejuani ult, there's no Ori ult to force those fights. Scion also tanky enough now to largely ignore the top lane pressure from Rumble, and can be the first tower going down here to this Baron.
That was a great interaction. Truly ships in the night on that one, just sailing by each other. Nothing either one could do about it.
Yeah, I do worry for TVA now that the window of this comp is closing down. They don't have a lot of scaling in this comp. Aurelion Soul and the Varus, very good late game, and now the meatball that is Scion fully online. Not to say that there's not opportunities. They do have great abilities to make picks in this, and if you're out of position even once, you know, it can mean a lot in a game like this.
No, truly. And I mean, we've seen TVA pounce before. It's going to come down to layering everything perfectly, though, right? You got to have that perfect team fight. And you're going to have to, unfortunately, commit enough that if that team fight doesn't go the way you want it to, that's probably going to be the game. But definitely worth the risk. So far, though, nothing really to fight over. We've had some good sieging, some towers taken down for the most part. I think only 1 tower taken down for the most part.
1 tower, just the mid tower. I'm a little bit surprised that they're playing a little bit safer, not really wanting to give anything up there. But, you know, there is reason for that. They probably say to themselves, hey, we're outscaling. We're already winning the team fights. Let's just not give them an opportunity to do that. They say, we'll fight at this dragon. We'll fight for soul. And especially if you are the Aurelion Soul Varus comp here, you probably feel great about that, because even if you lose or if they steal the dragon, okay, cool. They don't get soul.
Right.
It's fine. We get another chance to do it, and we should be even stronger at the next fight.
Right.
But this one I hear, you do have the level 16. You have the max level Aurelion Soul. They're going to try to get that Disguise Descend for this next fight. And then, you know, you're just going to try to front to back against this low-range team with the Aurelion Soul Varus, get the soul, and use that as your tool to end the game.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of summoner spells are going to be up for this one. Orianna, Flash will probably be up by then as well. Yeah, honestly, we're going to be looking at a full suite of sums here. Probably just not on the Aurelion Soul. Maybe on the Scion. Depends on when this breaks out. Look at that ward. I can't believe they didn't jump onto Varus. Well, I guess they didn't have the follow-up damage.
It is so risky, and they don't have vision into the jungle, so even if you see Varus there, if you don't know who is lurking on the other side of that rock right there,
right,
potentially make a play. Varus does have the flash up right now.
Oh,
you can see Aurelion Soul here in a second. See if he has that Disguise Descend. Does not have it right now.
Okay.
Does not have the throw the planet at you ult quite yet. Just has to throw the small rock at you ult.
Trust us, you'll know it when you see it.
It still hurts.
Right.
It's just not exactly the same, right?
Ooh.
It's not. Ooh, good poke there.
Yeah, a chunk taken out of Varus right here, and it's TVA that finds themselves having to be very cautious. They've got the scuttle. Ooh, lots of little 1 damage coming off the scuttle. That's pretty weird. Dragon's gonna get started up Alistar is going to be walking in, right, front facing. You've got your Jarvan and Alistar in front, ready to push people away, but they're burning down this dragon. Someone's got to pull the trigger quickly or just let it go. A Sejuani ult is going to miss right there. They're going to drop the Skies Descend onto them. Okay, I Enjoy Lol. There it is, the Rumble ult as well, but hold on a second. Look at the damage coming through. Yes, the Rel's going to die, but I Enjoy Lol is going to flash away. Hollow now going towards him, trying to get that Varus, but the auto attacks come through, and that's Varus cleaning up that fight there. GGG Turtle, Bald Goose, they're both low health, throwing the ball out, but that's a lot of damage. Sion is pushing. This is without Sion. He's on the inhibitor right now, and the rest of them, Alistar, Varus, they're going to be running to help push this over, or wait, no, maybe just cut them off, stop those backs. Wow.
Yeah, it's like we said, they just make the call that this dragon's not as important as the map pressure that they can get. They kind of halfway do go into it with the 4-man, but they don't fully commit, go crazy on trying to win the fight. They really just want Jarvan to get the smite steal. It isn't engaged for TVA as they recognize the Sion as mid, but even in the 4v5, the fight's pretty much a win for Team Backflip there.
And I gotta say,
very scary proposition now.
That wasn't even necessarily an optimal, position for them. They kind of were forced into doing something because Team Volatility really pulled the trigger on that dragon, right? They got it. They got this thing that they probably should not have been allowed to get. Yes, they did end up dying later, but I just think that's a testament to some decision-making skills on TVA. But yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, now they are on soul point, right? If there's a mistake on the other side, if somebody gets caught, you are on soul point now. But GA on the Forest, Death Cap finished, and Skies Descend now online for the Aurelion Soul.
Absolutely massive Baron. This is going to be a little bit of a trap. There we go. That's the big donk right there. A Rumble ult into the back line. GGG Turtle still up right here. Hold on a second. Bald Goose going quite low. Taken out, but there it is. The blue health bars come through. A triple kill for the Aurelion Soul. Oofy's got to go the long way around back to safety as Team Backflip is going to push down the mid lane here.
Aurelion Soul untouched in that fight. It looked like that fight for a second was going to go TVA's way, but the Guardian Angel on Varus can be deceptive. You think you're winning a fight, but that whole time, Aurelion Soul is dealing damage from the side, and one man to defend the base.
Absolutely. Oofy's going to do what they can, but the Nexus is exposed. Will they take the time to finish him off? Yes, they do. They show the respect. There it is. Nexus explodes, and folks, we have got ourselves a series. It is 1-1, and match point is up next.
Love the adaptations for Team Backflip in that game. I love the fact that they went with a little bit earlier, ganking jungler, something they could put pressure on early in the game, the scaling mid lane, the tank top. We talked about changing up the solo lanes and having a different identity. In that game, it worked outstandingly. The question is, how does that change if we see TVA go back to the blue side and have the opportunity to pick the Varus themselves? We will see.
We will see, and I loved those changes as well. A lot of what we talked about got to be implemented here, and woof, the damage charts are dangerous. Rumble and Samira way up there. Samira way higher than I thought Samira was going to be, but Varus and Aurelion Soul up there as well. But I gotta say, if you average everything out, I mean, damage is pretty similar coming from both teams, right? The scaling did do the job, though.
Absolutely. I think Aurelion Soul is one of those champions that, much like the Fizz in the previous game, it kind of warps the game into a state you're not used to. And they pick the Orianna. Blind normally has been very good, but Orianna just wasn't able to find the pressure that they were in game one onto that mid lane. And we see if you let their mid lane scale, if they're not attacked, what can happen there. And we've got a series on our hands. Even in that game, though, TVA, very good job early in the game, was able to build the lead, but kind of let Team Backflip hang around. We'll have to see what the adaptations are for this game 3. I will say it's usually easier being the losing team to make adaptations. You see something that doesn't work, you're able to adjust to it. When you're the winning team, you're kind of left to react to what the other team does in draft. Do we know the sides yet? I imagine, I'm going to take a guess here and say TVA is going to go blue side.
It does seem like it, doesn't it? Ooh, I see some people enjoying their earnings
Yes.
in the chat here. Just just remember, folks. Remember, betting the under. We said it was the time to bet. You got out there. Look at that. Fortunes being made before your very eyes. Speaking of fortunes and just fortunate things, we feel fortunate to count J.R. Arduous. Gerard Juris. Thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. We appreciate that follow. We feel very fortunate to have you here. Hope you enjoyed the game. Ooh, Spectato Potato.
Potato, potato.
Here we go. We are hopping right into it. Neither team wants to let the momentum slip by here.
I'm not sure if you watched it this weekend. Just to bring it up for anybody, because I know we are North American League, and a North American team at Worlds did make it out of the Swiss stage into the top 8 at Worlds.
Oh ho!
Not sure if anybody saw, but yeah, North America's 1 seed did 2-0 Europe's 1 seed to make it into the top 8 at Worlds. So pretty cool.
You gotta love it. I'm a little bit behind on the current events. Let's pretend somebody else who's watching is. Who beat who? How'd the whole thing play out?
NRG beat G2. NRG, the darlings of LCS, the miracle run through playoffs. Formerly CLG, now NRG. So I was very happy. Tears were shed in my household at 3 a.m. as I stayed up to watch Korean Worlds.
Beautiful.
But yeah, much like that in our own playoffs, will someone make a miracle run to the finals? Which one of these teams, is going to be able to put it together in this game 3? There's no more games after this. This is the last one for one of these teams. The season ends after this. No pressure.
Man, I gotta
Zero
say,
pressure.
Whoever makes it there, they've earned it, right? This is
exactly. Honestly, making it this far is already super impressive.
Yes. I mean, 30 teams went into commercial this season. You had a 2-month season to earn yourself a spot in the playoffs, and then you make it through 2 rounds to get here. Yeah, I'd say you've earned it. There's been a lot of trials for these teams to fight through, but they've done it. They're here.
Yeah, absolutely. I am super interested into what the adaptations are going into this last game. Who is going to bend here? Are we going to see something teams have saved in playoffs? Is there going to be some kind of adjustment that we haven't seen? Notably, last game, there was no fizz ban. It wasn't picked. I wonder if they have specific conditions that they want the fizz. Is it just something they're super confident on? Will we see that return? Will the Zac ban stay where it is?
That's interesting. I'm not sure. I'm also just switching this back and forth right now because TVA
is blue, I think. At least in the draft link, they are.
TVA is blue.
Yes, TVA is blue side. So.
Right. So.
At least on my screen, you had the right logo on blue side.
So did I have the wrong? I must have had it wrong last game, which is
now
hilarious.
I'm questioning who was where. Who was where?
Wait, right?
No, you're right.
This is right? No,
right.
TVA is on the blue side. Yes.
TVA is on blue side.
Yes. This is right.
Yes. You have it right now.
Perfect. I needed to hear that. Thank you.
It is correct right now.
Excellent. Beautiful. Now, you don't think there's a chance that we have the wrong spectate link, huh?
No, they just typed, I think. Ready when you guys are. So okay, it just started.
Oh, okay.
We are not.
Thank goodness.
The creeping doubt.
My constant presupposition is that I've done something wrong, and that
me too. I'm like, we have messed something up.
Little Robot Man, LeChance Licks Toes. Thanks so much for swinging by, Little Robot Man. Always a pleasure.
that we hadn't seen Little Robot Man.
Yeah, that's true. This is I start to worry about the stability of nations when I don't see Little Robot Man in chat. Whoa, they are flying through draft. Hold on.
Yeah. Same bans for TVA, no adaptation. I expect to see a Varus first pick here on blue side. Seems like that was really... Oh, they're going to ban the Varus on red side here.
Get rid of it.
They're allowing the Zyra through for the first time in this draft. I mean, partly, though, Xayah, very good right now. Probably one of the best blindable ADCs in the game. I wonder what the pick against this will be. But honestly, yeah, I agree with dropping the Zyra ban because both games we've seen kind of engaged supports. Zyra really doesn't fit the mold of what TVA's been playing in this bot lane so far this series. What do they answer the Xayah with, though? Xayah very good right now. I do like taking away the Rakan. Oh, the Jinx!
Whoa. I like that. I like something that can scale for Team Backflip. They've showed that they can survive, you know, right? And they want to have something that's a light at the end of the tunnel there. A little bit of insurance. Jarvan getting picked up. TVA.
Do like that. The Jinx and Immobile carry. Engage. Very good. Also taking the Jarvan away. From the other side was very good on. I wonder if we'll see a trip back to the Maokai in this game. There's the Zyra. Thinking about the Zyra? Thinking about it? Thinking about it? There's the Zyra. Zyra can be very good into Rakan. Obviously, anytime you get engaged on, you're able to drop that ult. You have a lot of harass in the lane. It can be very hard for Rakan to lane against. See what they choose to round out these first three picks here. Wouldn't hate to see a Maokai in this game. Would not hate to see that.
Sure. More plants.
Oh.
Ornn.
Going to early pick the Ornn here, which has been banned. I believe both games. Just one game. It's been banned last game in the second half of the draft, so they're going to opt into that now. I would like to see an Orianna ban if possible here. They do have a lot of tools to go with the Orianna. The Jarvan Ori would be very easy to get to Jinx, but maybe they think they can just outplay that. Maybe they feel like the Orianna wasn't as high a priority last game. We'll see Gwen banned out again. Do we see an Orianna Aurelion Soul run back?
That's a good question.
Very dangerous. I mean, this is the most high pressure, right? The one thing you don't want to do. We do see the same bans as last game. There's going to be the Gwen and the Camille removed from top lane. Taking away some of those picks that would be very good into the Ornn. The Maokai banned out. Okay. Maokai is banned out. So Maokai will not be picked up for them here in this game. But what is next on the jungle pull for them? Seen the Jarvan. Saw the Maokai. What is the next jungle pick? So I imagine that they will save their mid lane pick. Ooh, the Poppy. Very much like that. Very much like that.
Oh, that's great. That sits really, really right.
Yeah, especially when you have a Jarvan who's going to try to get to this Jinx, who needs to get into that backline. It's another layer of protection for the Jinx. And so far, there's not a lot of beef, right? One thing about picking the Zyra at support is that Zyra is a champion that's not hard for Jinx to reset off of, right? We're going to get the blind fizz here. Throwing the gauntlet down.
There it is. Really trying to run it back. Game one, of course, if you didn't catch it, a team volatility. I mean, the bald goose on Fizz was a nightmare, a true terror of the seas. We'll see if he can do it again.
What's the pick into this?
Such a good question.
I don't imagine the Aurelion Soul into the Fizz, unless they just feel confident.
Listen, every human.
Anivia! Love that pick. Anivia, very good in lane against the Fizz. Can be super annoying. And Poppy also. You have Cassante, Jarvan, and Fizz into the Poppy. All champions that want to dash around. The real question here for me is going to be, can Cassante abuse the 1v1 in top lane against Ornn, right? Because yet again, we've seen this as kind of a constant throughout the series, but scaling on the side of Team Backflip. The Anivia, the Ornn, and the Jinx all want to get to that later stage in the game. Whereas on the other side, Fizz, the Jarvan, These are champions that want to create early action, create early leads. I love when we have comps that have opposing goals.
Yes.
Because it just, you're almost manufacturing action in the game.
No, truly. And I gotta say, I love Team Backflip's comp. I think there's a lot of things it's got going for it. The Poppy ult kind of sticks out to me. We've had so many pitched battles over objectives in both of these games so far, all across this series. You can't help but wonder, well, what if you don't like how that fight is starting out and you've got a Poppy? You can reset someone, long as it connects right there, remove crucial parts of the team fight. But we will see. I mean, the Bald Goose back on this fizz, right? Back on that the fishy game, that slippery nonsense. And Jarvan as well, highly capable of pulling off ganks from interesting angles. Uwufi has been so strong all series, right? What a powerful jungler. And I do wonder if they're going to try and run back game one and just rinse and repeat on the mid game, or on the mid lane. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I am very happy with the Jarvan pick there. I do think Uwu has been so good in this game, in both games previously, and giving them a high tempo jungler like Jarvan, something that's able to make plays, and a dive buddy in the fizz, right? Giving them something to where they can play make. And when they had the most success is when they're able to attack the mid lane, when they're able to make plays. And Nivea will be tough to do that on. The egg provides a lot of help, and later on the ability to shove, but I like them kind of returning to their roots here. Also a top lane matchup. They should be able to at least have some priority, be able to have some action. And I do think the story of the series, though, is going to be the ADCs. Both games have been which ADC can remain alive in the fights and able to make plays. Jinx and Xayah, both hyper carries, both have the ability to carry games, and both have tools around them to set them up now. We do enter Champ Select in the client. I'm excited for this one. One more game to go. Somebody's going to finals. Twimpa's Flame awaits its challenger. Who's going on to meet him?
Only time will tell, and specifically somewhere in between 30 and 50 minutes of time.
We're hoping.
We're hoping.
You never know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Listen, a lot of games are shorter. Not many games are longer than that, but
I was more leaning towards the long. We could see... I can't imagine a game with Jinx Ornn
going to 60 minutes. I mean...
I feel like that's probably not for the best.
If those games go past 60 minutes, you and I are both in cardiac arrest. There's no...
Yes, we will be. You mostly. I can add anecdotal information.
I'm counting on you to resuscitate me.
Yes, you will be in... I will be... in full-blown resuscitation mode for you. In a 60-minute slobber knocker, which I don't get to say enough. Slobber knocker, great term.
Such a good term.
Don't get to say it enough.
C-Tate, is there a draft for this league, or are the teams made on their own? Funny you should mention that. First of all, welcome to the Low Budget LCS. You happen to have found us at the end of one of the 2 wonderful seasons that we run each year, both of which roughly 3 months long. Teams are often, they come on their own, right? But you're more than welcome to join our Discord as a free agent. We do a little show match at the beginning of seasons usually, where players of different leagues are able to, sorry, that's a commercial playing in the background, because of course we've gone through the lo-fi YouTube video. But yeah, you can absolutely be picked up as a free agent, and some teams are just made because people see other free agents and they pull a team together. So really a choose your own adventure experience here.
Yeah. And I mean, every year there's always an influx of new talent. Very exciting. It's crazy. So many people I know, we're almost, through playoffs here, are already so excited and talking about rosters for their next season, talking about what they want to do for next time, they play, which is so exciting. I really can say it's one of the best communities I've been a part of, just of the general vibe of it. So much fun. It's competition, but a lot of really nice people. That even if you're doing poorly, there's plenty of nice people around. It's not really a place where there's a lot of trash talking or anything like that, except for the of course the fun kind.
Right.
But I gotta say, definitely probably the best online community I've been a part of for amateur League of Legends.
It's such a fun group of people. Every time, on stream or off, it's just a blast. As is hinted and teased by some of these highlighted messages about toe licking. That's the kind of fun.
That's the kind of content we're here for,
Exactly. I especially like Winter Whistle's word on the street is that LeChance licks toes. Someone confirm, a nod to someone you don't know, the dastardly devil who started this whole thing of toe licking. Anywho, Kaboss says J4 plus Ori against Jinx equals win. Interessante.
We did not get the Oriana, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, true. That must have been mid-draft.
I do believe so. Sometimes people say things in chat. I need to give more credit to you guys. Because sometimes I do see things said and I weave it into my statement about what I think might happen. So thank you, chat, for always providing excellent insight. We are not all-knowing about the draft, and sometimes there's really good things to get pointed out by the chat. We try to work in to what we're talking about here.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if you guys throw things into chat, there's a good chance I'm gonna ask Vega that question if I'm looking over here on my second monitor. Just confirmed with the FBI, LeChance said. Thank you, Verk. Absolutely.
Okay, good to know.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, ain't it just the truth? I also love the fucking dinosaur 1 as a Twitch name. Couldn't get the fucking dinosaur. I respect that, but there was the fucking dinosaur 1. Truly brilliant. God, you guys know even well. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate you.
That is a beautiful name.
Thank
you so much for checking on that. Yeah.
Vega, what do you think? We're here. This is it. This is game 3. Which team comp do you favor here? Who's walking home with the opportunity to take a shot at the trophy?
Here's what I'll say. I think we'll see TVA get an early lead, and then I think there'll be a fight that is won by Team Backflip, and then I don't know. But I'm only saying that because that's happened 2 games in a row, and both had different endings.
I am reading that on the script right here.
Yeah, so I do know that will happen, and then all it says on my script is banana freestyle, which I imagine means whatever happens after that point is kind of like player's choice.
Right. Absolutely.
So we'll see. I do think there's more than any other game. TVA has the onus on them to win the early game.
Mm-hmm.
That if this other comp scales, there's a lot of tools that can make it very difficult for TVA's comp. But TVA definitely has the tools early game to win. They're going to have a very powerful 2v2 in the bot lane. Cassante should be able to bully Ornn early on, and the Fizz Jarvan should be able to roam and make plays or attack the mid lane.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just see how much TVA can build that lead, and how much they can get done on the map before the scaling takes effect. Because we all know scaling only matters if you get to it, right? It doesn't matter if you're scaling if you actually can't get to the part where you're scaled. So we will see.
Okay. I think the fucking dinosaur is doing this to have this. Is this because we said that we weave things from the chat into the cast and you've just copied the Hippocratic Oath into the chat? I appreciate that. I love that if that is what's going on here. No matter what's going on.
Hold on. I don't know that I've ever read this, but in its original form, it requires a new physician to swear by a number of healing gods.
What?
Of old specific ethical standards. I didn't know that.
That's incredible. Do we do that to this day?
Do we or do doctors?
Do doctors, right.
I don't know. I don't think so. It says in its original form, so I don't think that's probably right. I always pray to my statue of Captain Flowers before we start a cast.
Well,
I don't want to speak to anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you call a casting oath? What would it be? HIPAA casting oath?
Yes, I like
HIPAA casting oath.
the HIPAA casting oath for sure. I thought you were asking me to recite the casting oath.
What is the casting oath?
I
No, I don't want to put you on the spot.
listen, I appreciate that. Certainly one of them is I swear to be excited.
Yes, always excited.
Yes. The Hippocratic Oath isn't taken anymore. I did not take it, and I'm a doctor. Interesting, Loki.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that.
I'm never going to the doctor again.
Never.
If you're not praying to the healing gods,
Right.
how can I trust you to take care of
Then
me?
how does the magic that makes me feel better work? How are you going to explain that?
Where are you getting it? From how I understand it, it's kind of like a pact you make with a god. What is it? What's the D&D?
Warlocks.
A warlock. Yeah, you're essentially a warlock.
Of course. Yes,
And if
all
you haven't
doctors are
made a
warlocks.
pact- Yes. So, and dentists are obviously necromancers. So,
Oh, easily.
is this spot in?
Yeah, bone. It's
A bone doctor.
yeah, it's bone mancers.
He's gonna face
Oh
check the
shit,
bush.
woofy, they are going for it, but a clean flash, and here it is, the follow-up of the damage, the first blood to Jinx. I enjoy LOL. Looking to have a
That's
good
big.
start to this game.
We talk about scaling. One of the best ways to scale 5-head is just have your Jinx get a kill to start the game.
That's fantastic.
You should try to do that every game if you can, guys. You should try to start the game
Yes.
with your AD carry getting a kill.
Yes.
It's very important. It does help a lot. And on a more serious note, an extra potion. The longsword is great for Jinx, obviously will accelerate, but the extra potion has a big impact too. Especially when you're against a Zyra who's going to harass you a lot in lane. That extra potion can go a long way. It's, helping you stay sustained in that lane. The flash was invested by Rakan there. There will be
Getting
some
pinged,
opportunities
yeah.
there. Jarvan's flash down. But yeah, as we know, jungle flash is usually the least impactful, at least at getting punished early in the game.
No, it's true, and the fact that they're marking it means they're going to try and, take any advantage that you can, right? There's always something positive to be taken out of these trades here. Something had to be traded.
Absolutely. Game 3, the best of 3 to go to finals. Every little bit matters. Every inch of this game could lead to a victory or a loss. As early on, I imagine there won't be a ton of action until the junglers finish their clear. But top lane, we are seeing Cassante. Pretty favorable trades. Does have the level 2 first.
Yes, indeed. And where do you think?
Oh.
Here it is once
go.
again. Uwoofy. This guy does not blink. Look at that through the CC as well, forcing the flash out from the Anivia. I love that. That is a dauntless jungler right there. Just takes the CC in the face, follows through with the flag and drag. It lands, and you burn a sum mid. All right, we might be looking at a repeat of game 1 here in the mid lane.
Exactly, and I love that. Unfazed by the early kill, keeps the aggression up despite not having the flash there. Says, you know what, I still have a job to do. Still need to get mid, get this prio up for my Fizz. They do blow the flash. The egg is still online, but, if you get ganked in the middle of the lane and you're in the egg, it's easy for them to punish it. Now no flash and safety, and in the top lane, Hollow getting aggressive also.
Yeah. Zyra getting some damage off there. What do you... Oh, Bald Goose. Just chasing him off. I mean, doing a good job of being the assassin. Series are so fun because one of the things you can do here... All right, CC coming through. Oh, slam dunk. He's just not going to take that. And Acid Rainbow's actually here. Going to pull back.
I love that. And Nvidia has the electrocute, so anytime a stun lands, going to be able to proc that. And it is a lot of damage early in the game, eating through the potions of the Fizz early.
Oh.
One thing that does, too, is it makes it harder for Fizz to go aggressive with Jarvan, right? Because if you're low, it's so risky for you to use your E to close the gap.
Right.
If you don't have that invulnerability, you can get bursted out there. Much of the reason why Anivia is picked into the Fizz by a lot of people.
Ooh, Woofy. Coming around
So
here.
active.
Absolutely. All over the map. No game is any different. There it is. Nice flag and drag playing right on the edge of the turret, but a forced flash there. That's incredible. They go for it. They make it happen. Uwoofy, gives up first blood, but gets a kill right back. The ledger is clear. Look at that. Accompt actually dodging Rakan by going forward, and Ignite ticking down there as well. The autos coming through from GGG Turtle. One more would do it, and there's the kill. The patience coming through from Turtle. Remarkable, and it's not done. I enjoy a little forced to flash. TVA will not go silently into the night.
Beautiful plays by TVA there. Also, notably, want to take a second there. I was going to say the knockback in the top lane, circling back to that kill. Hollow knocking back the Ornn right after the dash away.
So good.
So good keeping in there. And now the gold has swung back into the early game team's favor. This is what you wanted, the high action. Don't let the Jinx, don't let the Anivia and the Ornn just sit in lane and scale. Put pressure onto them. And it's actually coming from the lanes that we, didn't circle. We circled the mid lane jungle, but it's been the other lanes that have had the aggression, and Woofy just such a good job every game pathing to find these ganks.
Yeah, I mean, that's a franchise player, right? Someone who can make plays, who can stir up a lot of trouble. And it's great to see TVA playing around him, working in conjunction with him very well. But Dragon number 1 is up. We've seen so many fights over these objectives. No one team or the other has been overly dominant. It's just been lots of violence around these dragons. Looks like Jarvan starting up. Uwoofy. I love Uwoofy's playing out of his mind in these first 6 minutes.
Absolutely. This is the performance you want to have in game 3 of a best of 3. Uwoofy putting so much pressure on here. Acid Rainbow is pathing down, and this isn't an incredibly fast dragon. Is going to stop for the ward, though, and I think that's going to end up being the dragon secured here. It is one Cloud Drake, which is good news for us. That means that there will not be a Cloud Soul.
Win in the caster's booth.
We do love that. And a lot of people don't like Chemtech, but I'll tell you right now, seeing the giant blast cones makes me happy.
It is fun as fuck to watch.
It is. I mean, even though I know that it's not the best, soul to get.
Right.
Fun. Oh,
not Dragon Swag. That is going to connect right there. Oh, just so close, but just not enough space on that charge to put him into the wall there.
Close, but not quite. But I do like the play, though, to earn Ornn a little bit of space in this lane where he's getting harassed a lot. We'll buy some time to buy an item there. And the cull on the Ornn in this game. Does have a cull, so we'll be trying to farm that up, get as much as they can. Level 6 onto the Anivia now, so the ability to push the wave is there. The tier online also.
This Anivia pick was inspired. This is working out extremely well for Slam Donkey. But look at this. Speaking of dunks, the exhaust comes through. But wow, the Jarvan ult on top of him. He's going to be tanking all these shots. He is going to go down. I believe Jinx was the one taken out, though, so they're not going to get excited. And up here in the top lane, the solo from Hollow on the Cassante through the Ornn. TVA picking up W's all over the map.
Yeah, the pressure coming through in these lanes. The scaling picks right now in danger as these lanes are getting attacked by some of this early pressure. Beautiful. Again, Woofy, a beautiful job attacking that lane. A little bit more pressure in the mid lane here.
No, absolutely.
Right now, so dangerous if you are on the side of Team Backflip.
Truly, and it's almost as if TVA had come alive with the challenge. They were like, first blood, giving up right away, goes on to the Jinx. All right, this is awesome. Like, there's no time for us to maybe make some silly mistakes because we have got to be as sharp as possible right away. And they're playing like it. They've got the dragon. They're up 2 kills, up a significant amount of gold here. Bot lane hasn't even swung. Oh, he's a little trap, some little sneaky traps here. They want this so bad. They want this so bad. The Jinx getting a little bit too close. The CC does land there in the end. And look at that. That is perfect layering of damage and CC. And Zakum will be picked up next. And they've got the time to give that double kill to Xayah.
That is massive. 4-0 Xayah right now. Just what you wanted to see out of your bot lane in this pivotal game 3. Jinx did not have the flash. The Ghost, not very helpful in that situation where you're never hitting the ground. And oh, every lane that's not mid lane right now getting pressured. And this is a comp that wants to get to team fighting. It needs to weather the storm early, but TVA doing an exceptional job of just not taking their foot off the gas pedal early in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And GGG Turtle, another real star in these past games, right? We saw that Varus, game 1, so much damage, so patient, really made situations happen. Slam Donkey got the ult dropped on top of him. The Fizz really going for it. 75% of the health gone there. They've survived. Oh.
Keeps the egg intact, notably. That will be big for the Anivia there. Choosing not to base right now. Doesn't have the teleport up. Doesn't want to give up that lane pressure. We do see what the Fizz can do there. Unleash teleports now online on the map. We do see Anivia using that ult to just keep the lane pressed.
Oh, Woofy loves the angle. A great flash from Slam Donkey. And hold on, we're in a little bit of a pit here. Acid Rainbow doing a great job of being a front line. Wow.
Yeah, you see the danger there. Anivia is forced to use the flashers. We see another setup in bot lane.
Oh, absolutely. But the flash away from the Jinx. She's running. Going to get a rocket down and a flash from the Rakan as well. They do not want to give up these kills.
No, and that is Flashing Knight invested by Xayah, by Zyra. But Xayah maintains the summoners there as both flashes off of the other bot laners, and the pressure on bot lane now is mounting. It is getting harder and harder for this Jinx to weather the storm against this Xayah. We see why the Zyra was banned earlier. Excellent job so far by a comp just pressuring this lane.
Yeah, truly. 2 bans were thrown at this thing. And, right, banned in both other games, Series 1, Series 2? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Bald Goose really going for it. That's a connection onto Slam Donkey, but the response! Oh, you don't see that every day. Well played from Anivia. Let's see if Nutdrag Swag can... Oh, my God. Woofy taking 2 turret shots. I think Shelly interrupted Nutdrag Swag when he went to...
The headbutt on the tower knocks you back a little bit. A lot of people forget about that. But that is, pressure put off there. Jarvan forced to get away from the tower. Good play by Nutdrag Swag there just to call the bluff, clear the minions before Shelly was under the tower.
I mean, it's the top lane special, right? But now we see a comp coming through. Acid Rainbow gonna get spotted on this dragon. Jinx pulling back as well. Everyone sort of, you see the fight lines recoil from Team Backflip as they say, we've got to pull off, we've got to collect. We are behind right now. But can they get this dragon? That's going to be a zap connected. There it is. Oh, although Woofy very close to it. I think Acid Rainbow just going to be sacrificial, going to draw a teleport there. Slam Donkey bravely walking forward, but without a front line, it's a little dangerous. But they get the dragon.
Yeah, and I think, it is another kill onto the Xayah, which is going to feel bad in this game. It probably will cost them this bot turret, since they did invest in bringing down Cassante there. But they do get the dragon, which will halt the stacking for a little bit, which is big. It does give them 5 more minutes of scaling ahead of a soul.
Yes.
Question is, what will TVA do now with this pressure on the map? The bot turret gone. Xayah is now freed up to go mid if they want that. See if Jinx is able to safe farm on that side there.
Ooh, comped. Slam Donkey has really been doing an excellent job on this Anivia. And as you said, when you're scaling, the burden on you is just the burden of survival, right? You don't have to do anything too crazy insane. And I do like, yes. Ooh. Lots of objectives being given up, but the one that they did get, that dragon, as you said, stopping that stacking. When a team's got this much early momentum, I'm not mad about the fact, oh god, Zyra coming through a comp here, half-healthing Rakan with ease, 2 abilities and an auto attack, maybe 1
does not
ability.
Feel good.
No.
Support doing that to you does not feel good.
No, it doesn't feel fair. I'll say that.
It doesn't feel like, you're like, that's their support. That's not fun. We'll say right now, Gold Lead has ballooned up.
Mm-hmm.
A couple towers have gone off the map, not to mention some of the farm around again. Uwufi so good at farming in the jungle while keeping pressure up. Well, right now, the onus is on TVA. Have to keep this pressure up. Now, they're in a good spot. They should be able to, the next couple objectives should be theirs to contest. Anivia will make sieging this mid tower very hard, especially now with a level 11 ultimate. as Anivia finishes items. The key is, though, they really need to keep pressure up and not let this Jinx just free farm the side lanes, right? That's what you don't want. You don't want the Jinx sitting and just gaining free gold on these side lanes.
Absolutely. Ooh, good good instincts on removing that ward right there. They just have a lot of go buttons that they can pull, and you don't want to give up what you don't have to right now. Slam Donkey going a little bit forward, being a little bit cheeky. Hollow is going to flash forward and start removing him. Ornn's going to drop it as well, but here we go. Resurrecting. We've got the egg tech still there. The Jinx Rocket goes in. They're going to get a knockup, but not a kill just yet. Jinx needs to get excited here if Team Backflip is going to have a chance in this fight. Look at Acid Rainbow almost getting the kill onto GGG Turtle, but great instincts, a great flash from Xayah right there. That's a 2 for nothing in favor of TVA.
Yeah, Flash wasn't quite up on the Anivia. They're able to make that play happen, and Xayah was in danger, had to burn the Flash, but notably does not go down, manages to stay alive in that fight, so that cash in does not come, and it's more map pressure over to TVA there as they make that play. Fizz notably was not in the fight for the beginning of that. Backflip probably feeling a little bit like they need to make something happen. There needs to be some kind of aggressive play to, you know, kind of stymie the bleeding, trying to get a tourniquet on this game, but they're just not quite there scaling-wise yet.
No, and I mean, you know, are they close? Who can say? I mean, that wasn't like a full ace off of that, even though they were sort of caught a little bit flat-footed there, so that certainly bodes well. They did have a good amount of follow-up damage. Acid Rainbow did a remarkable job almost getting a kill onto Xayah, but GGG Turtle, I mean, I see this in the chat. Game 3 Turtle diff hits so hard. I mean, he is really on top of his game here, showing up, making plays. You know, just in general, really powerful on this Xayah.
Absolutely, and in this game, we do see one thing that you can tell. The gold lead is pretty sizable right now, but experience lead. Team Backflip has kept themselves relatively close. They do have an experience lead on the Anivia. Top lanes are the same level. Jungler's the same level. That is a good sign. If you're a Team Backflip fan, you're saying, okay, we are behind in gold, but we haven't given up, you know, EXP. And for Ornn, you know, you want to get to those ornaments. Giving up EXP is one of the most important things. Same thing for getting those level. Oh,
yeah.
A lot of people here.
Hollow's going to go in, and the rest of the team is going around. Oh, going to bring them right to Woofy. That's the flash over, but they get the Anivia. They brought the whole team to do that.
The cone. Yeah, tries to get to that cone, not able to do a beautiful setup there. The ult into that. Oh, flash from Zyra.
Oh, the damage coming through from the support. The auto's coming through as well, and almost a return kill. Really good there from I Enjoy LOL, but just the diff, as we were saying, of the wallet right now. A little bit big. We're seeing those stats. I think they're going to lose this mid tower as well.
Yeah, and right now that is it. It is the wallet difference. That's a snipe, though.
Yes, it is. GGG Turtle going to be the next target. Exhaust going down here. Zach, I'm going to go in, charm him up as well. Go golden. The question is, do they have the damage? You need something else. There's the shutdown onto the Poppy. Lots of teleports coming in here. Bald Goose just gets knocked out of there. That's what I'm talking about. Don't deal with it if you don't gotta. And Rakan survives the whole endeavor.
Yeah, it's actually huge. The shutdown on the Xayah. They managed to pick up the Zyra kill also there. That is gold that is very much needed in this comp right now as they're starting to fall behind aggressively. But during all of that, the Woofy secures a second dragon. It is the Infernal Soul this game, so that is going to be huge. Jinx desperately in need to collect some gold on the map right now. See what can happen, as we do have, notably, the Anivia right now is level 12, does have item finished, is scaling up. The Anivia really is the thing that will be used to stall this game out, right? Anivia is the one who can stifle aggression, is the one who can clear waves. We see Compton in the jungle here kind of hiding out.
God dang, just running it back once again, but Slam Donkey is going to run around. Oh, the zap does connect. This. They get the turn, they get the kill. Oh, maybe could have fed that to Jinx, but there's some urgency, right? Some pep in their step. That was a great pick.
Yeah, and one problem with Zyra when you make those plays is if you don't 100-0 someone, you are a Zyra.
Right.
It's not very hard to turn that around. What used to be the meme around like Season 6, Season 7 when Zyra support was popular was, I need to go make a withdrawal from the Bank of Zyra. Because she's so squishy as a support that if you were an assassin and you weren't doing well, you're like, oh, I'm just going to go Zed ult Zyra, hold on.
Absolutely, and I mean, we saw it right there. Certainly they had 3 people to do it, but I do think that a comp will maybe think twice about trying to pull that off again. Let's see if this Rift Herald's uncontested. Yeah, I think
Could
they're...
be, I believe, yeah.
Whoa, was that 20 million?
20 million damage. So,
Wow.
the scaling on the side of TVA coming in there with the 20 million damage onto the Rift Herald. Very scary proposition.
Yeah,
On the side of Team Backflip.
just don't know what you'll do about 20 million damage. Pretty...
What can you do? You definitely got to need a Warmogs on your Jinx for that one.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're right about that. Let's start building that. Let's see how that comes out. Hot off the...
You remember the old tutorial where it would have
With
you
Ash?
play Ash and build Warmogs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have you build
Absolutely.
Warmogs. Like, stop doing this to people, Riot.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, basically just a big trap that they set for new players. The Thick Man 32.
Baron.
Let's go, GGG. Oh, whoa! Doing the thing Riot designed it not to do. Beautiful. Jinx Rocket just checking it out. I like that, but Acid Rainbow maybe to get picked here. Rakan here, giving some heals and shields here. The Bald Goose, nice, flipping over. Ornn coming through. They're going to stop it. They pull them all. Holy shit!
Whoa,
Oh my god!
5 million damage!
Pop. Okay, they've really buffed an early Baron. Don't fuck around with that
I
guy.
understand why they pulled off. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. Would have been a horrible mistake to fight Baron.
Asante is tanky, but
No.
it's not that tanky.
Love that they just cranked the dial up there.
Yeah. What if it just did 5 million damage to you when you hit it?
God damn. Yeah, hey, listen. These are all great ideas. There are no bad ideas.
No more nerfing, only buffing.
Yes, I like that. Let's do it.
Every champion is just the most ridiculous form of itself.
I love that. What is that? What is that special event called when they do? It's Earth. It's Earth.
Yeah, Earth. Earth is the
Yeah.
one. Ultra rapid fire.
Yes. Oh, that's fun. I haven't played that in a minute.
Me either. I'm a Nexus Blitzer.
Oh, that's out right now. Yeah.
It is the best mode in the game because it's the most like Here's the Storm.
Oh, interesting. Not something I have a lot of experience with, but I remember they were like testing Nexus Blitz. It was a ton of fun.
It is I think it's a very fun mode. It's
Woofy.
going in. Oh, great reaction time.
So this guy is so good.
So good.
Hey, Nexus Blitz enjoyers unite. Love it.
Go.
All right, next season, everything's on Nexus Blitz.
Yeah, everything. It'll be low budget Nexus Blitz.
We're doing it for you, Pip Phoenix. Oh, this is so dangerous.
Right here.
Acid Rainbow knows something is up. Here we go, though. Get him down to half health. Hollow's trying to get on him. There's going to be a flash away. Oh, Slam Dunky taking such a dangerous route, but nobody capitalizes.
Ornn is pushing top during this, and this doesn't look like an objective is going to be nabbed just yet.
No, they're buying some time, but I think,
It will be the dragon. They do a good job
Yes.
here of making a play ahead of the dragon, earning themselves the priority.
for sure.
I don't believe this probably would have been contested regardless by Team Backflip just because they're kind of in the mode of scaling. Oh, Rocket coming in. Is a tower top lane onto the Ornn. That's big. Ornn needs those levels, needs to finish item. Start getting those ornaments online.
Yes.
And that should earn, the first ornament is online now. So Ornn has his own item upgraded there. But there is a 6-1 Xayah on the other team. Very dangerous.
Yeah, what do you do about that? How do you...
Anivia is a good champion against it because Anivia doesn't have like the single ability you want to Xayah ult. You could say the Q, but the cooldown's not very long on it.
The spiteful pink ward drop to steal the gold?
Yes, no, not for you. The real worry here is that Jinx being behind against Cassante and some of these other picks, where Jinx is really going to need to cut through. And going a Zeal item second means, well, we're a little ways off from Jinx having that mythic item, really hitting that 3-item power spike that they want. Great vision control around this Baron, but using Jinx ult to scout it. I do like that.
I love that. I think that's great. Use every tool at your disposal,
Especially right now, because you're probably trying to avoid a fight anyway, so the Jinx ult isn't that important. The most important thing is that you're buying time, right? All the time they spent walking over there, setting up that Baron, starting it, and then having to leave is more time for you to get gold onto these carries. We do see now Anivia with an ornament.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the people we talked about, the scaling, right? They're going to pull back onto this Baron. They're clearing out this pink ward. Don't know if they've got time to do the red buff just yet. They are checking. They do know that it's up. Nutdrag Swag walking around. Anivia's back. Are they going to teleport? That's a massive Zyra ult, but a massive Ornn ult on the back end as well. And a lot of blue health bars dropping quite low. That is actually going to be blue team getting it. And look at that. Jarvan's going to go in hollow here as well. I Enjoy Low has survived the onslaught, but another flag and drag. One more auto will do it. Jinx is going to get taken down in the end. And there we go. Rakan 2. And shortly after Poppy, it's a double kill for K'Sante, and Slam Dunkey has to get out using the wall and the ult, and Ornn teleporting down to the bot lane. He's got to cover that wave. That just went TVA all the way.
Yeah, beautiful commitment to the Baron there. They get some out of it. It looked dicey for a minute there. They're able to win out that fight, and now will have the Baron on the map. 2.5 minutes on their soul, and no cash in on the side of Team Backflip there. Notably needed that fight, needed that gold injection if they were going to contest on this next dragon. Now teleports down, and a lot of pressure on the map coming up. That K'Sante at 3-0-3 going to be very, very problematic.
Yeah, truly so. I mean, we did see, though, in that fight, the some of the fruits of their labor, right? For Team Backflip. There were a lot of low blue health bars in that fight. They just weren't able to, if Jinx is able to survive for just a little bit longer, maybe get excited in that fight, we're looking at something different there. It is possible. The scaling can pay off, but I think you're right. Minute 50 until this next dragon, it's hard to imagine you're going to have all your ducks in a row for that particular fight. You might... Okay, so here's the question. Vega, in your opinion, right? You're shot calling this game. Do you fight against this Infernal Soul no matter what? Or do you say, we actually can outscale the Infernal Soul?
It's tough. The Infernal Soul is going to give a lot of gold, especially a triple Infernal Drake Infernal Soul. Gives a lot to you. I mean, obviously now you do have a finished item onto the Jinx there. I think if you can get to this ornament, perhaps you look to fight it. It's obviously going to spend a lot about how you can set up, right? You do have some of the things online now. You do have very close to a third item. You do get the ornament onto the Jinx, but it is going to be a tough team fight. That is just the truth here, is that, they do have an angle here with the Rakan. Choosing not to go for that. Can't say I blame them. It's a very dangerous time in the game here.
Yeah, whatever happens is going to have to happen at an angle right here.
30 seconds on this dragon. I mean, I see them saying they don't fight it, but the problem is, I mean, you give up that Infernal Soul. It is so dangerous. It's even the people who don't deal damage in the comp. Then you give him an Infernal Soul.
Oh, they're going for a Woofy. Hold on a second. The charm comes through here. He's going to go golden. The question is, can they stack this CC in the right way? That's going to be Jarvan dropping the ult on him. The rest of the team's coming. If Jinx can get excited, that's something. That's a shutdown right there. She's walking back, weaving these autos in. Slam Dunkey's around as well. Okay, well, that's something that could maybe change the path of this game. A little bit hollow. Could come around the backside, zack him. Now the target, the bald goose, dealing so much damage. But no, even with a Woofy gone, are they going to be able to punch up? Poppy desperately trying to push in. They've got lower health bars on the side of Team Backflip, and they're walking into the bald goose. An assassin right here. He goes up, he goes down. This guy's so slippery. And that's it. They're able to get through. Take that Infernal Soul. Oh, they still want this, though. They're still pushing the issue. I Enjoy Lol. Kind of up there in the front line. That's going to be a nice wall out there. Some CC is going to come through. The Ornn Horn's going to get called. They're going to try and get these autos off, but it's just so much. GGG Turtle forced to use the ult right there, and the bald goose is just massive damage coming out, but he takes some in return. Oh, just on a tightrope walk right there. Off of a great pick, too.
Yeah, shout out to Bald Goose for just playing that line in between them and the dragon, just causing so much time that they had to waste dealing with the Fizz, trying to get to the pit. I don't think they knew that it was getting burned down by the Xayah.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
no.
that is the soul over. They did get a kill onto the Jinx, which does matter a lot, but now the Infernal Soul over Baron up in a minute and a half now. Now, you could look at it as the Elder angle, right? It's like, okay, let's just give him the dragon so we can steal the Elder.
Right.
And we'll just win, right? We'll just,
Listen, that's
you can't
all.
steal the Elder if it's not there.
If the other team has gotten soul, that's always been my plan, is to steal the Elder. That's what I was planning for.
We just want the Elder anyways. That's what you're telling your team. It's like, it's okay. We wanted the Elder anyways.
I mean, yeah. Oh.
That was our plan all along. Oh.
I love the little scared carrot in this one. That's great.
He's very afraid. I mean, I would be afraid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a big rabbit underground that's about to... Hey, you ever read Watership Down?
What?
Have you read the book Watership Down?
No, I was like, huh?
Sorry.
No, I have not.
I know that was a real pivot. It's all about rabbits. Huh? It's great. Terrifying.
I was like, what did I just miss?
No, sorry. I know that was a bit of a jump right there.
Totally fine, but...
all right. Oh, they are going to get that tower. Hold on. There's a headbutt against the wall right there. A comp. Oh, the Jinx Rocket goes a little wide. I enjoy low and a lot of patrol, but a nice chompers right there, stopping the flag and drag. Hold on a second, though. That's going to be a jump into the back lane. There we go. Flash away. Jinx is still alive in this. One more auto could do it. One more auto, but there they are. They're going to come back again. Nutdrag Swag now trying to fight 3 people all at once. They've resurrected. They do get the kill. I enjoy Lul needs to get some rockets over the wall right there, but Nutdrag Swag is going to go down. GGG total's going so low, but there it is. The tick damage. They do it. What is going on right now? Team Backflip win a fight against TVA, but Fizz is not there. They're taking the inhib in the bottom lane.
Yeah, notably that fight's won. Fizz is not in the fight for that. But you take that. That's shut down so much gold that's going to bounce back over there that you need as a scaling comp.
Truly.
Notably sums off of Xayah also a shutdown that goes over to this Anivia, who we've said, Anivia's ability to throw down the ult for the short range comp and deal damage can be huge here, but the bottom inhibitor is down with Baron up. Someone will have to tend to that.
Yeah,
during this entire siege.
There's definitely hope in the camp of Team Backflip. I mean, the fact that they were able to exit a team fight positively against this Infernal Soul, I mean, that's big.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, TVA kind of opts into a fight into that choke, which is going to benefit the Ornn, the Anivia, these champions,
Whoa. Really going for the bald goose. Hold on a second. He goes gold, and they bought some time right there. They've nailed it perfectly. That's the damage. He's taking down the bald goose, going low, but no, he doesn't die just yet. And now they return fire onto Acid Rainbow. Crisis. Team Backflip did not want that. Flag and drag in. That's going to be the ult on a Nutdrag Swag. Ornn's going to get through it, but Rakan goes in. That's so much damage. That's massive. But there it is. Poppy falls. Sorry, Rakan is falling as well. Nutdrag Swag. The tank can only take so much, and there it is. 3 for 0, but look at those low health bars. They almost had it in so many different ways.
They get so excited over the proposition of that kill, but Fizz is able to get out of the fight. So many people get out of the fight so low, and no resets for Jinx. The Anivia not quite able to finish that off, and that's going to be the Baron over. They will return to base to clean out stuff. They will be able to farm this wave in bot lane, but right now, TVA got to be feeling good after that fight. Xayah back to 9-2, closing in on that 5th item now.
Oh, just brutal. They almost got that Fizz. That was so close. I completely understand why Acid Rainbow went for that. You think one auto away. You maybe got the shield auto up, but God, Fizz is just one slippery little fish.
Yes, they don't call it the troll pole for nothing.
You're not wrong about that.
Here.
Oh,
you have 1 minute on Elder.
I mean, this is something you do have to show up for. I don't think
you gotta show up for Elder. Yeah, that is. Cannot give that, and the Baron on the map is going to make this very difficult. We do see Anivia matching the Fizz up there in top lane.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, if they can get a pick, that's... Hold on a second. Whoa, a full flank? Is that onto a comp right there? There we go. Hold on a second. Turtles next. They do indeed, but there it is. Massive damage coming through right before Elder. They are not going to respawn by time. This is exactly what Team Backflip needed in here in the third game. No, Wolfie finds I Enjoy Lol right here. That's going to be the ult on top of him. They're going to try and keep their ADC alive, but they won't be able to. And now Jarvan. Can Jarvan escape? Wait a second. Flag and Drag is going to be up really soon, trying to go back in the other direction. They need more damage. It was all on the Jinx. Charvin's taking so much time, almost takes Zachem down. Bald Goose? Taking some.
Careful there, Bald Goose. This Goose is bald.
Oh, Hollow's pushing for it too.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get the Elder. They're going to have to peel back to base to deal with this push.
Oh, God. That
Great
was...
call by TVA.
Oh, killing that Jinx really turned the tide. And now the shoe is truly on the other foot. And now, I mean, well, Woofy's still down. They're buying some time to scale. But I mean, this Elder, you're just... Fight lines aren't where they need to be. Oh.
Now, Elder Control is going to go back over. Now, notably, those two inhibs did not go down during the push. They are going to be able to leave their base for a second here.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dangerous every time you walk out of your base. Right now, Teleport is up on the Cassante. If something goes wrong, there is a wave in top lane. Now, we're going to grab up this bot wave. And I do believe there's one more wave of super minions to come in here.
Oh, Jinx Rocket shows they're not on the dragon, so from that you got to infer.
They should know. They should know they're somewhere around. They do see the Cassante here.
Do your math, check your work. Slam Donkey is alone, though. If Slam Donkey gets caught, they're gone. They're pinging on it. They're nervous. They know they can't go too far. Oh, shit. That's going to connect right now. Do we got it? Hold on, they're resurrecting. Oh, the charm's here, but they've got to do it now. The Jinx has got to get excited. They need to get something going off here, but look at Bald Goose trying to get out of the back line. Stuffed by Poppy, though. A good flash over the wall. Rocket's coming through, but Nutdrag Swag is going to go down in the very end. I Enjoy Lol is excited, but now it's too many enemies. You're surrounded. They take him down in a teleport to the top lane. Have they done it as TVA secured their final spot? That's an inhib down. They've got the wave. They've got the damage. Unless we see a miracle play here from Acid Rainbow. Running around.
It would take a miracle right now.
Truly.
I'm not going to say anything about Hollow's TP to mid lane. We both thought, I think it was top lane, and it ended up not being. Oh my gosh. Actually,
oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Acid Rainbow taking their time at the very least. Rakan's going to come back up. But TVA on the last tower in a grueling best of 3 going to all 3 games. TVA does it, and they secure their spot in the commercial finals.
Moving on to take on Twimpus Flame in a very convincing game 3. They really turned it on when they needed to. Beautiful game, especially out of GGG Turtle. I gotta say, absolute carry performance there on the Xayah. Beautiful game from start to finish.
Absolutely, no. Truly fantastic. I mean, God, the back and forth of this series and the back and forth of every individual game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this series just gave and gave and gave. Beautiful job out of both teams. Congratulations on making it as far as they did. But TVA moving on to the finals. It will be TVA versus Twimpus Flame, the best of Group C versus the best of Group B.
Now,
that will be an exciting matchup.
Let's see if we can do an extremely quick team. Arcana. Send one person to community if you want to do an interview. We'll see if we can do a quick one. It's a little late over here, but
oh my gosh, I didn't even realize what time it was.
Dude, I know, right? What a series, though. We got 3 games. Went the full 3 hours. We'll see. We'll give him a second to hop in. But folks, with this game, that means that there are 2 games left in Season 11 for the low budget LCS. That's going to be the financial finals, which are going to be streamed next Thursday, I believe, and the commercial finals, which to be determined, which Vega will message about this, but I'm going to see if we can get on that one. 'Cause
that would be amazing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And here we go. We've got him welcoming to the desk. It is GGG Turtle. 1G for each of the games they had to play in this series. Turtle, congrats on the win. Tell us where your head's at.
Very stressed a little bit after game 2.
Sure.
We tried to keep our composure after that. Like in the chat, everyone was keeping calm. But I mean, you could tell the atmosphere after the game too. It was hopes are down in the dumpster. And they got that first blood started game 3.
Whew.
And then right after that we turned it around. You know, we get a solo kill. or well, not solo kill, but 2v2 kill in the bot lane, and we just turned the tides and we just put our foot on the gas that entire game.
Dude, absolutely. And I mean, yeah, especially in that game 3 when your backs were up against the wall. I mean, you guys really put the pedal to the metal. That's a testament to strong mental. And yeah, where was your head at going into game 3 with your lane opponent up a kill?
I mean, I wasn't really worried about it because I knew Luffy was gonna have our back. You know, he gave the kill. He was gonna come over and give us a little bit of assistance, which he did with that one beautiful dive. You know, it was 1-for-1, but it went onto the Rakan, and unfortunately the Jinx lost all that farm. But I didn't really worry about it too much.
Beautiful stuff from you guys. I know it's early, you've just won, but you've got Twimpus Flame waiting in the finals. Have you guys done anything? Have you scrimmed them at all this year? Do you have any feelings about that matchup going into it?
All I can remember is like always looking at the stats for commercial and always seeing them on the leaderboards. Like anything to do with kills, you know, KDA, stuff like that, always they were like top of the leaderboards.
That should be a good matchup. And I mean, Ufi, obviously, you know, absolutely amazing series for them alongside yourself. What are the comms like at the end of game 2? Because obviously both games very back and forth. Game 2, you know, you guys got kind of outscaled. Were you guys just full on ready for game 3? Just like, okay, whatever, we're going to get them in game 3? Or were things kind of stressful at that point?
I think up until like probably the second to last, like full team fight in game 2, we still had our head in the game that we could possibly win it. But after that second to last fight, we were like, all right, let's just keep our comms steady so that way we can improve them for the next game and not take the turn for the worst that it did in game 2.
Awesome to hear. And congrats from us, obviously. Big win tonight. You guys showed a lot of resilience, a lot of great plays, a lot of team play. You guys look extremely well coached. Do you guys have like a coaching staff you'd like to shout out for this or anything?
I'm gonna shout out Mr. Lesforce. I know he's not much of a coach, but you know the mental spirit is there. Okay, he's always around in the channels, giving us them pep talks. Also, Goose before the games, Mr. Bald Goose, he's always giving a pep talk before the game. I think that's the whole reason that we can win these games.
Beautiful.
Love to hear it.
Beautiful, man. And in general, just once again, congratulations. Thank you so much for coming on the stream. And listen, have a good rest of your night. We're going to be in touch with you guys soon because we're excited to see these finals.
Yes, happy to be there. Have a good night, guys.
Peace out, man. Love it. Got to love it. Incredible series. Just so much fun. God, I do think that we are at the end of the stream. We've done it once again, all together. We made it. We built a beautiful home. Vega, anything that you would like to shout out? Any musings that you'd like to share? Anything at all?
No, just shout out to this wonderful community. Another great week of games as we're closing out this season. It's been so much fun with everyone, and obviously casting with you, the best co-caster I could ask for. Just really happy with this season and everything that's happened. I am
blushing. Really quickly, Ice Waves, Furbasol, and Zyamul. I fucked all 3 of those up, but please,
beautiful.
Don't let my pronunciation think that it reflects poorly on how much we appreciate you guys following us here on the Low Budget LCS Twitch channel. It is a privilege and an honor to cast for y'all as much as we do. So that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you once again. My name's LaChance. I've been joined by Vega. And guys, don't forget, when Vega starts streaming, you gotta find out where he is. We'll make sure you know. All right. Have a good night, folks.